How is doing, everyone? Welcome back again to another live show on the channel. Well, yes, he's gone. Eddie Howe has left Newcastle United. Well, so that means new manager for next season. I'll give my thoughts, of course, what I will think about the overall decision of Eddie Howe leaving the football club. And what I will do at some point in the show, guys, I will bring yous on and let us hear your thoughts on that Eddie Howe is no longer manager of Newcastle United. So, yeah. But first things first, guys. If you enjoy the show tonight, hit the thumbs up. It's important we get the likes so people know where to find us. And, of course, hit that subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel. If you know you're subscribing, we enjoy what we bring out for you. Smash that subscribe button. Free to do so. It does help make the channel grow as well. Please hit the bell as well. It lets you know whenever we are live or when a pre-recorded video is uploaded. Hit that bell to make sure all up to date with everything you do not want to miss at all. So there you go. I know there's a lot of people that are delighted, and I think it is the right decision for him to go. However, there is some people that are really sad to see him go. Right. First of all, is it a sad day that he's left the club? In a way, yes, it is. Of course, look at what he's achieved for us. When he first came into the club, saved this club from going down to the Championship, where we did pick our first win until December, and we finished 11th. So that was some achievement Eddie did in his first season with us, was keeping us safe from relegation. Second season, we finished 4th. Get it in the Champions League spot. We get to a Carabao Cup final that season as well. Just assume we didn't win that one. So we finished 4th that season. So that's Champions League football the next season. Season after that, we finished 7th, but with no European football, unfortunately. And we were at times crippled with injuries and things like that. So, a bit disappointing that we missed out on Europe and that in that season. Okay, season after, we finished 5th. So we get a Champions League again. And we also win the Carabao Cup. So Newcastle win their first trophy in such a very, very long time. And of course, I will definitely thank Eddie Howe for those memories. Definitely, I will. However, his last full season, last season, was just where it really started to fall off a cliff. And we finished 12th that season. So that was mid-table. And it just seemed like Eddie was running out of ideas. He wasn't really willing to change the tactics, the formations. He would just consistently persist with the same, persisting with favoritism. That as well. And that's why it all went pretty much horribly wrong last season. And fans like us were venting our frustrations and all of that. So there you go. I think it is the right decision. But you know what? Eddie, fair play to him, has said, like, I've done what I can for this football club. I can't do any more. I just can't do any more for this club anymore. But what is really strange about this, of the timing that it's come from to leave at the football club, when there's talks apparently he wanted to leave straight after the season finished, but that didn't happen, and we've held on. He's had 2 preseason games, 3. Not the best, to be honest. I mean, well, yesterday was just an absolute embarrassment of a show. It really was. And yeah, it's just like a man that was devoid of ideas. And I think if Eddie was in charge this season, I think he was going to be in big trouble again. I really did. So it is the right decision to definitely take it. But let's, what I'm going to do, let's just read through some comments because I haven't read the comments out yet. So let's get through the comments quickly. Trev, good evening. Hope you're well. Eddie did the right thing and walked, but why not months ago? It's a strange time to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Why is it taking him to the end of this month? Literally a few weeks and before the season starts. Lee, good evening. Eddie out to take those 2 twats. Well, the Bruno in the situation is still a funny one. Joe Linton has now apparently come out and said he wants to leave as well. The corner Craig. That's just a corner Craig. Is anyone else reported to see he's wanting to leave as well? Hello, good evening. Chippers, hope you're well. Dave is in the chat. Up you well, Dave. I've been angry all day, not because he's gone, but because what Howe has done. If he told the club he wanted to leave, then do it at the end of the season. Exactly, Brian. Fuck me, we're in an absolute mess. Relegation is pretty much nailed on. I'm hoping relegation is not going to be nailed on. But yeah, it is a new season, not with Eddie Howe anymore, as you can see. Will, good evening. Hope you're well. This new manager has a decent record in winning games, but not like a league in the... No, we know he doesn't yet, so... But, of course, it looks like he is going to be the next manager to take over. Will I give him a chance, obviously, if he comes through? Of course I will. Good evening, Julie. Hope you're well. Just saying hello to each other. Not surprised, Will, especially as Bruno definitely going. Well, Keith Downey came out and said there's still no change in Bruno yet. So far, it looks like we are going to be expecting him back tomorrow by the looks of it. So far, I would say. Yeah, even Mark saying Brian, there's for me, it's the time of Eddie Howe. Going leaving us with a massive mess to clean up. Exactly. Totally, yeah. Could work the other way. He may have went to stay with Eddie Howe gone. I've seen that to myself one time as well. Because, when Bruno called it out last season in that away game against them, not down the road, how he said what a mess of a performance it was. Well, Eddie Howe came out and says, well, I don't think it was that. So there you go. Even sounds like some of the players lost so much trust with him. Anyone else that you think could have lost trust with him? Is that why possibly Gordon and Tonali have left this club now? Lewis Hall still continues to be linked away. We see another one that's probably got fed up with Eddie Howe. Consider Eddie who knocked him into right back towards the end at the end of the season, pretty much. Rats jumping a sinking ship. Only sink because the rats caused it. Yeah. So yeah. Trev, member for 10 months. Cheers, Trev. Tom, good evening. Fucking hell, he should have at least got him at the very latest. Yeah, as soon as the season finished, should have said, right, that's it. I can't do any more. There you go. I need to hand it to someone else to get ready for the new season. But to wait that length of time, he's had 3 pre-season games. Should I deal with other than that? Yes. Oh. Member for 3 months. Cheers, Dave. Really appreciate that. No statement from the club yet, which I'm very surprised with still. I'm very surprised with that. There's nothing from the club yet. We are free at last. The ankle bracelet has finally been cut. No more Eddie Howe. No more Eddie Howe needs no more Jason Tindall. Andy Howe. I think Tindall will be away as well. Andy Howe, that's a different one because he's part of the recruitment team. But honestly, that's another reason why last season went a shit show. He got left in charge of the transfers, Andy Howe. He was partially on them transfers and made an absolute dog's dinner of them as well. So in a way, what does that tell you as well? I wouldn't mind keeping Graham Jones. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I wouldn't mind to keep Graham Jones. Yeah, just waiting for the announcements now. Says, well, absolutely, we are. I think he stays till Eddie gets a new job myself. Andy Howe won't go immediately, but hopefully not too long. But he's away. Oh, he needs shot him as well. Keith Downey says there should be an announcement today. That obviously hasn't happened. Exactly. I'm surprised why it hasn't happened yet. Or they're doing like a special video of him in terms of him leaving, possibly. Announcement today could include weeks in Newcastle. Yeah. Phil, good evening. Hope you're well. Yeah, we got Champions League and Carabao Cup. He's tarnished his legacy after that with his favourite and his crap tactics. Exactly as I said, you can't persist with players that are simply not performing. What was Eddie doing? Still persisting with all players who just weren't performing. There you go. Same formations, 4-3-3. Maybe a few times it changed it, but that's only not very little. A lot of the times it's been the 4-3-3 again. And this time, teams worked them out last season. What does that tell you as well? I do like this Matthias Yassel, I think that's how we pronounce his name, yeah. He's got some apparently. He's won that over in Asia, and he's got Salzburg into the Champions League. Emma, good evening. Hope you are keeping well. I'm so happy he's finally gone now. Time to repair some of the damage and get back to winning. Hope, yeah, that's it. Absolutely. It's right that he goes, but Eddie did loads for us and won us our first trophy in my lifetime. That won't be forgotten. Thank you so much, Eddie. Exactly, Tom. That's memories we will never forget. That's where we will definitely be thinking, thank you so much, Eddie, for the first trophy in so many years and get us into Champions League twice. Got this club out the shit when the Cabbage was manager as well. And that's another thing. Eddie has had the decency to finally says, I'm walking, I'm resigning. And that's the thing. Unlike certain Cabbage who was just waiting for a payoff at that time. Now, what does that say as well? Still a bit of a shock of the departure of Eddie Howe. Should have been done about after the whole. Yeah, a lot of people say should have been after Sunderland. We had 3 weeks to try and sort this crap out. And that was another problem as well. 3 weeks after that Derby defeat at home to sort the crap out. What happened? Oh, yeah, go and get beat at Selhurst Park. Same old crap was still there, wasn't it? So what does that say as well? Don't think Eddie's been the same since we know it was horrible when he caught that. Absolutely, but yeah. John, good evening. I saw the headlines on my phone and I thought it was it came up on while I was scrolling through X at the time, and it came up Fabrizio Romano says that Eddie has apparently left the club. I'm thinking, what's good? Jesus, really? Like, I was Eddie out for so much time. I really was. So, there you go. Thank you, Eddie, for doing amazing things at our club in the past, getting us Champions League football and getting us to the major first trophy. Absolutely well said, Philip. Yeah. Only hoping the Daily Mail it's about Joe Linton. No one else has come out and said it about Joe Linton as well. Hopefully it's not going to be a season of near relegation for us. Well, let's just wait and see. Joe Linton said he will leave if Bruno leaves. We'll wait and see on that as well. But again, this thing about Bruno's still not changed, apparently. I read somewhere that it was going to be done by 5 o'clock this evening. What's happened? Nothing of that. Howe said he'd have enough weeks to go, but the club asked him to stay until they got a replacement. But Eddie could have still been a bit bigger and says, nah, sorry, I can't do it anymore. If Matthias Yassel does become our new manager, it's important for us fans to get behind him, and the players we will have come the start of the season. Yeah, that's it. I would definitely give this new manager a chance. Really will. One of the youngest managers as well. Apparently, plays good. He plays attacking football. That's what we really like to do. Hopefully, he's one of those men. I mean, really go for it, not just sit back after a goal up and then just completely throw it away. Lee, good evening. Hope you're well, everyone. How are you goalkeeping? This new manager could change Bruno. That would be great for us. Well, we'll see what happens. I think it's why Sandro left. Gone was one of Eddie's favourites. Well, true, yeah. The likes just bored of the tactics. In the gym, I PD and all. Hope you're well, Coffee. Who the fuck is doing these deals, especially with Bruno? Because apparently it's advanced. Unless PIF are doing it behind everyone's back. I hope they're not doing that. PD said the same on Facebook comment. Do you wonder why Tonali left and Gorn left it? I just want the team back to win ways. Don't we all, Emma? That's what we want. And as I said, come back off a 3-week break and win 2 games out of those last 7 was dreadful. How did we lose to Bristol City? Exactly, Coffee. Again, that's another thing I'm going to bring up as well. Eddie Howe wanted to keep Deadwood at this club. Pope, Willock, Murphy, who have so far been absolutely rubbish in the preseason so far, from what I've seen. Pope, we know, still calamitous. Willock, I just don't know what he brings to this team anymore. And Murphy, my God, how much has he completely gone backwards? I don't know. How much do we save in wages when for probably 200 odd K, I would say. Maybe even the snake flot he could have done as well, John, possibly. Tonight checked out after he was deployed a right back. Yeah, I remember that as well. Again, players out of position as well. Again, taking Big Nick out of a striker who had to start the season off canny. Those goals that he got for us until Eddie decks his confidence even further, makes him a centre midfielder. So what does that say as well? Players out of position last season as well. I get clubs go through a cycle, but for me, it feels like there's too much change at once. Not sure what to make of it. It's worrying me. I can understand where you're coming from, Paul. But let's wait and see what happens, I suppose. Lewis Luckiola's in COD. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I wouldn't mind keeping Graham Jones as I wouldn't mind keeping Graham Jones on. I really wouldn't. I think Howe should have left after this. He should have done. Because to be beaten by the Mackhams twice. We used to give Pordew crap for that happening. But Eddie, fortunately, it happened under Eddie Howe. Remember, John, thank you, member, for 20 moments. Cheers, John. 2 years, exactly. Cheers so much. I'm expecting an influx of German quality. Well, let's see what happens. There's another one, bringing subs on too late, not changing the formation, throwing loads and loads of players on and panicking. There's another point. I think Tyndall does. I bet Tyndall doesn't resign. He'll wait for the sack payoff. We'll see. Apparently announced is Yesler. Yesler. Or is that how you pronounce it? Oh, I hope your sister's okay, Emma. Winning the trophy was number 1 on my bucket list. Thank you, Eddie, for filling that for me. Yeah, even if that Eddie wanted to go 3 weeks ago, but PIF wanted to stay till they had a replacement in. But this should have been done end of last season. When exactly, Eddie could have still been in his say, nah, I can't do it anymore. Don't wait until maybe a few games after when pre-season. If Eddie should have been a bit more of a bigger man and just said, nah, that's it, I'm done now. Spend all day since hearing the news this morning. This new guy looks on the face of things we just needed. Fingers crossed, Johnny. Yeah, hope he is. We can't assume resign, Pete. We haven't heard anything from the club about this. Again, no communication. Thanks, Eddie, but he's been scapegoated for much bigger. I wouldn't say with lovers have scapegoated him. We've just said it how it is. And I'm sorry, last season it was utterly dreadful. There's no way of this is connected from Isak going Bruno Tonali. Who else knows? Big blame is behind the scenes, all the way to ball level. It could be that as well. As much as we criticize Eddie, feels weird without him. Wish him all the best in the memories. Absolutely, totally agree. Absolutely, yes. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you're well. Yeah, 38 years old. This new manager is. Paul. Evening, Paul. I'm excited about the German coming in, but still think Bruno goes and still need 4 or 5 signings. Yeah, totally would still need some more players in. Thank you for your service, Eddie, from getting a trophy for us, but he can't get us any forward for us and keeps bringing this up. And you can't say that it was a solid performance last night when you're getting slapped off Bristol City of all teams. There was mistakes in there yesterday. That's not of a solid performance. Yes, we've got some stupid players yet to come back, but still, you can't say that was a good decent performance. That again, Eddie just sounds like Eddie was deflated and just didn't know what to say after that. Lawrence, good evening. Hope you well. I think it's not a serious one. I think it's his groin. There you go. Yeah, hope you're well, Wolfzone as well. You miss Gillespie, Peter. See, why does he keep getting a new contract? Mark Gillespie every freaking time. Paul Bean in goal was the biggest worry for me. When you tell he was just dropping clanger after clanger after clanger, and that cost us so many points last season as well. Williker's literally had one good season for us. Yeah, exactly, Paul. He's picked up injuries then, and it's made him so inconsistent, is all I can say. I think Eddie should have left after the buster with Mitchell and the owners. He could have possibly done, but he won us the Carabao Cup that season as well. Yeah, so there you go. Julie, cheers, Julie, member for 33 months and one of our mods as well on the channel. Cheers, Julie, really appreciate that. I will thank him for my first cup in my lifetime, but not for the stubbornness. Exactly, Dave. Clocky, hope you are still waiting, not on any transfer use as well. 65 million any, can set your clock by it. There you go. Just in a lot of each other. Yes, rhymes with ice. Yes, yeah. That's how you pronounce his name. A new manager may as well utilize the youth more. Like exactly, Eddie wouldn't touch any of the youth players, wouldn't give them a chance. And hopefully, maybe this new manager might give the youth a chance. The likes of Shahar, the likes of Neve, the likes of Park, players like them. A new manager may as well utilize the youth more, I understand. Like, he likes to play 4-2-3-1. That's a formation we should be playing. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, you, Callum. I can't believe I forgot that was you, Callum. I hope you keep well, Callum. Hit the thumbs up. Cheers, Trev. Really appreciate that. This guy may be only 38, but he has been in various forms of management since he left playing with injury when he was 26. Exactly, yeah. That's what we do need, Wacky. A couple of experienced cool heads through the door, yeah. John, happy he's gone. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah, hope. Glad your sister's okay, Emma. And yeah, sorry to hear about your dad as well, Emma, as well. We're thinking of you. But for fuck's sake, what the fuck was that team doing last night? Yeah. And the fact is, we couldn't even score a goal against Gated. It was an own goal that got us the equaliser. Apparently, this guy has a good record of coaching young players. That sounds positive. Coaching young players. That sounds positive as well. That's what we like to hear. So there you go. Yep, we were shit last night. There you go. People just saying, best of luck with our new head coach when it's announced. Who said he wants to keep Deadwood at the club? Where the sources to suggest this, the club seemingly rejected an $8 million offer for it. But Willick's the player should have been out the door pretty much a while ago. Murphy's had one purple patch, and that's completely gone off a cliff, and he's still here at the moment. Hopefully, it will mean that our youngsters will get more regular opportunities. Fingers crossed. I saw a clip of our new manager animate on the touchlight. Yeah, like Klopp used to. Yeah, apparently this manager has learned off the likes of Klopp. Ranwick's another one he's learned off, and apparently Tuchel as well. I think we will play them all this season, but only time will tell. Yeah, exactly. We've got them in the FA Cup. Bet you a pint. Good evening, everyone. I'm good. Cheers, PR. There you go. Rusilla was due to start as a striker this season. I wonder if they will. Let's see. And hopefully this guy puts Voltamata back up front. And Peter does play 4-2-3-1 and 4-4-2 diamond with different tactics. That's what we need. We've been missing with different tactics. Not one who just has one formation and will stick to it and just do like for like every time. Plays at least 4 different systems in Saudi. That's interesting. Again, willing to try new things by the sound of it. So here you go. Voltamata will be first choice. Hopefully, fingers crossed as well. Yeah, I've heard about that as well. To want 20 million for Willock. They get Willock. Yeah, because of how much we paid for him. Couldn't be gated. But yeah, definitely, Jim. The new manager could be making the making of Voltamata, fingers crossed, eh? Yeah, Penny's worked under Ranwick. There you go. Yeah, that's another thing. Dan Burnett left back when it wasn't working when it was going on a massive thingy. Doesn't do it the season after, but then after season, we may just try it this time. And Eddie just wouldn't seem to go away from it. Oh, yeah. My main worry is that the issues will remain behind the scenes. Yes, they will have negotiated to get out close to the club done step. Well, let's just see what happens. Do you think Eddie walking out is because Bruno's told how he wants to leave? Also could be why. It's hard to tell right now, isn't it? But have some of these players gone because of Eddie Howe? I have a feeling everything we want will come under the fire within the next 3 months when we aren't where we want to be as a fan base. So, good luck with the new job, Ellie. Can't wait to get me a away shirt ordered in today. Yeah, nice one. I've got mine as well. It's lovely, the new away shirt. You think manager will make Bruno safe? Fingers crossed. We'll wait and see. Apparently a 30 million release clause if another club wants to come in after him. He's still in contract. I just told Lewis Hall stays Peter Bet Murphy, Willock and Pub. Let's see, because I hope this manager gets more of this Deadwood out and gets players out who don't want to be here anymore. Market even, I think newer manager will learn off Eddie's strategy, mistakes or lack of. Yep. Hema says the hubby wants the home shirt. I can't stand the home shirt, which is why I've not bothered with it. It's just terrible shit as well. That's another problem with Joe Linton. He's been into too much, and you know what he's like to picking up yellow cards as well. And the injuries are coming quite frequent with Joe Linton as well. And Joe Linton turns 30 before the season starts. Peter, I think this guy is a risk, but with who he's been taught by, he's worth giving him a chance. I'm hoping he does as well, Dave. I really do. As Murphy's biggest fan, I know you're a big fan of Murphy. Yeah, Coffee. Even I think, yeah, you're saying the same. It's now these times. Some of these players were gone, and we just haven't been doing that. Why Eddie at times just loves keeping them on. I've got a feeling. Well, we'll see. Well, let's just wait and see what happens, I suppose. But I've given my thoughts as well, what I think. Of course, I'll thank Eddie for what he's done, of course. But the writing's been on the wall, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we got found out massively last season. The fact is we spent too much money in the Premier League market. Look how much the Premier League market, how expensive it is now. We've got the Langer for 55, Ramsey for 40, around about the 40-odd million mark. Of course, Wissa, a 29-year-old for 55 million. Look at then, we've just splashed so much money on transfers last season that just haven't worked out. Langer, I know if Jay's watching, he'll probably kill me for saying this, but I'll give Langer another season maybe to prove himself. It's a new manager bounce. I think Ramsey will come good next season. I do. Hopefully that he gets a bounce off the manager as well. Wissa's a funny one because Wissa's not getting any younger, I'm afraid. Yeah. At least said he gave us a trophy. That's it, Callum. He gave us a trophy for a long time, and we can never, ever forget that. So, there you go. We know some people will be Eddie in. They're sad to see him go, but if there's anyone that does feel a bit sorry, please don't pop at each other. Please respect people. If any of does come in the chat that are sad to see Eddie go and didn't want him to go, please do respectful of people's opinions, please, as well. Of course, as I said, some of us are sad to see him go. But the change was definitely needed. Absolutely. But again, if people come in and they're really sad to see Eddie go, please respect people's opinions is all I can say, please. Has the recruitment strategy been executed? No, yes, it was. Well, it's hard to tell. Hopefully, it will. Be sad to see Joe Linton go. He's been an excellent current and got legend status winning the cup. It's time for him now. Good luck to him. I hope he goes to Saudi and makes a fortune. We'll see on that one. With all our players being sold, there's a meme going around. That's why our home shirt resembles a barcode. Oh. Going to get the way top because don't want to get done with the home top. Going out with shops in case this trying to say I've been shoplifting. I see things in Eddie. He's emotional and bottles things in. I hope he take. That's what I'm hoping he does as well. Yeah, he sounded emotional. He was just like probably a manager thinking to himself, I can't do it no more. I just can't. He really when the hubby told me Eddie's this morning. Sub to your channel. I just think cheers, Matt. Really appreciate that. Just think how took us this team as far he could. Lily says she's heartbroken by Eddie Howe going, and I know some people will be absolutely. I mean, I was saying not buying the home shirt until Eddie's gone. Next minute, he has gone. Yep. People can't be sad to see him going when they've been pushing the Eddie out train regarding. We know some people have been going over the top. Absolutely. There you go. Oh, what comes next is improving for us all. Fingers crossed. David, good evening. Thank you, Eddie, for all you've done. You saved our club and delivered a trophy. However, this feels the right decision for both parties. Eddie looks tired and needs a break. Yeah. Been in this job for nearly 5 years as well. Would you believe it? It's bittersweet. I'm hard and sappy. I'm sad and happy. Yeah. Happy for what he's done for the club, but sad because he's no longer manager of the club anymore. So there you go. Well, then I said I'll open the lines up for people to get their thoughts on. So that is what I'm going to do next. Get yourselves on. Feel free to. And let us come and have your say. And come and have your say on what you think on Eddie. His time at Newcastle is no more. I'm going to go with an away to with anybody in the pack. I want to Eddie out ages ago, but still sad to actually see him go, especially like this. Absolutely. Totally, yes. Oh, there you go. Well, then, here we go. Link is going in, and let's come and hear your thoughts on on Eddie Howe leaving. So the link is in, guys. I'll just quickly pin it as well. Just bear with me. So the link is going in, and we will get people's thoughts on this as well. So, right, I'm just going to pin this. Let me. There we go. There we go. Right, let's get the guests in. We've got Emma joining us first. You all right, Emma?
I am, yeah.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing fantastic now he's gone.
Are you sad to see him going away?
Pardon?
Are you sad to see him going away a little bit as well? Because of what he's achieved for the club? Oh, bro.
No. To be honest, last season, we had one of the strongest teams that could have still made European football, and he went and screwed it the last couple of games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what some fans don't get. When we said we wanted Howe gone, I wanted him gone at Christmas. I said to Paul, I'll give him till the Sunderland match and he'll be gone, but Piff didn't want to get rid of him. And they still didn't want him to resign now. They've been trying to keep him, but he's adamant he's going.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell last season we were just completely falling off a cliff in terms of performances. We finished 12th last season. That's not where we want to finish as a club.
No, not when we finished, what, 5th the season before? That got us into Champions League.
That's it, absolutely. It's just like, it's a massive drop-off finishing 5th to 12th.
Yeah. I said we was going to probably face relegation last year, but I was proved wrong. But still, bottom half of the league. That's not where we've been in so many seasons.
No, definitely not. I mean, yeah. What do you think? Do you think this new manager, is he the right fit? Do you think you can do it?
I think he can, because I have been reading up on him, and he done the cup doubles with RB Salzburg.
Yeah.
And he won titles while he was at Al Hilal. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think he can be one that can turn it around a bit. Plus, he's 38 years old, so he's still got plenty of time to.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Get
totally.
better, because it's only Salzburg and Al Hilal that he's managed so far in his career.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can this new manager convince the likes of Bruno to stay, or do you think Bruno's away already?
I think he can. I think he can convince him to stay.
You think so? Do you think maybe this toss Bruno leave because he had enough of Eddie, particularly after the first derby loss? Can this new manager maybe convince him to stay?
I hope so, because we don't want to lose Bruno. We've already lost Gordon and 2-0. We can't afford to lose another big player.
That's worrying, that if we lost another top player. And of course, Lewis Hall still continues to get linked away at the moment as well. And
because I know everyone was going on about they wanted Lewis Hall to get a contract extension before Harvey Barnes, but Lewis Hall is contracted until 2029. So there's still time to offer him a better deal. Yeah, and if this new manager proves his worth, maybe we'll get better players in next season.
Fingers crossed. Let's just hope. I mean, you could tell yesterday at his interview, Eddie, it just looked like when you're coming out and saying it sounded like it was a pretty decent performance. What does that tell you as well? A manager that's unfortunately given up and can't do anymore.
A decent performance, losing 4-1 to a low league side. He's tapped in the head.
I know people will say it's pre-season and it's all about the fitness and all of that.
But that's what we were saying, but you still don't want to go down like that. Losing 4-0. I could understand if it was like 4-1. I can understand if it was like 2-1 we lost, but not bloody 4-1 to a
4-1,
low
and the
league
mistakes
side.
we were making was just calamitous, unfortunately.
I'm glad I didn't pay the £6 to watch it on the Newcastle
I think
channel.
anyone did do that as well. So there you are. But just before you go, Emma, yeah, positive for next season. Can we get a higher finish? Can we maybe start challenging for the trophies and get back into Europe next season?
I think we can with this new manager, but it's like everyone says, time will tell. Miracles don't happen overnight, but hopefully you can.
But let's see what happens.
Hopefully you can get the team to gel
get new
and
formation, new tactics, things like that,
and bring on the youth players. Bring on more younger players instead of the has-beens.
Good
That's
point.
what I want to see.
That's the thing we all want to see. That's the change we need to see. Well, cheers, Emma, for coming on. Really appreciate that.
Worries.
Thank you for coming on, Emma. Hopefully
Thanks.
See you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, Emma.
Bye.
So that was Emma. First time on the channel. I'm up to. I'll just catch up with comments before I get the next in. Just saying best wishes to Emma. Losing Tonali, Gordon, Bruno very soon, and how in one window is scary enough. The club are taking a huge gamble, especially with signing these kids. Massive summer of change. When Man City were winning things under Pep, their manager less than an average of 2 years. Newcastle could have gone step-by-step managers, yeah. Just wondering. I just wanted Eddie out, but we need to show the guy some respect. He delivers the trophy in Champions League football last season. It was awful, but he deserves respect from every single Toon fan. I completely agree with that. The Maccas finished, yeah, I think it was, Matt. That was a promoted team that finished above us again in the Europa League. We finished in mid-table. Our squad, I say, to go in the junk with that and have a Bruno feeling of the same for Arsenal tomorrow. Hopefully not. We'll see. Wasn't pleased with the 12 last season, but I was furious to give. That's another point. 27 points thrown away from a winning position. There you go. Pre-season all about the fitness in the legs. Have the wrong players the minutes. Plenty of players who will be starting didn't even travel. Exactly. There you go. Hall needs a new contract now. The lad's on buttons compared to what offer the clubs will pay him. I wonder how many of our players will want out. Let's see what happens. Anyway, good evening, Abu.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
That's about yourself.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, go on then, Abu.
Well, I'm happy he's gone. Obviously, I've been expecting him to go since the Sunderland loss.
Yeah.
The thing I'm not happy about is people like the pundits and ex-players and some fans, obviously, sitting there saying that he had no backing, and what was the other thing? Yeah, he had no backing apparently. But the thing is, yeah, you spent about £700 million in the 4 or 5 years you were there. So how can you say you had no backing? And another thing they're saying,
Abu.
Players are leaving, yeah. No, sorry, players are being sold, but realistically, they're not being sold. They want to leave, so that's why they've got no option but to sell them. And the thing is, yeah, if you can't keep your players happy, but I think players wanting to leave is just simply because of the formation he was playing, the tactics he was playing. He was a one-trick pony, and at the end of the day, they lost all respect for him. Now, hopefully, hopefully this new manager is going to come in and change all that. And my first thing will be, I'm hoping. I mean, since Arsenal haven't put a bid in yet, I'm hoping that the first thing he does is talk to Bruno and see where he can go with that. Now, if Bruno goes, he goes. But at least one thing I thought to myself, it was because apparently Eddie Howe wanted to leave a few weeks ago. I mean, he's been saying it. So I think these players, the new players have been brought in. They're being brought in for this new manager. So, and the factor is he loves youth development and he uses youth more often. He's a possession-based manager. He uses 3 different kind of system. And the one thing I love to hear, which is yeah, that apparently when the players go onto the pitch, if he starts seeing something that the formation is not working out, he changes it straight away,
Yeah,
whether it's the
I've heard.
formation or the tactics or wherever. So that's what we need. And possession. I mean, I saw it on video of a lad called, he does TM Talk. I don't know if you know the lad. He was showing a little training session of how Jesler, trains and a lot of it is um, quick passing, one touch passing, and it's like he's not. It's like you're not. He's not making them run. He's making them do darts.
Yeah,
Get the ball, quick pass, quick movements, and stuff like that. So that will not knacker you out. And plus, he likes to play that intensity as well. So at the end of the day, yeah, hopefully, these new players will come in and they'll they'll obviously adhere to his tactics, and hopefully, the team will be able to progress next season. Um,
fingers
now,
crossed.
and if I was Murphy, Willock, and Pope and all that, I'd be sitting there worried because it's basically we've lost our big brother now. Someone else is coming in now, so we're going to have to either step up our game or lose our positions in the team.
Yeah,
So,
that's it.
yeah. So at the end of the day, yeah, I was really fed. I mean, when you listen to Talksport, yeah, all they do is, oh well, this is terrible. You lost a good. I understand. One of the things why they do it is because he's is he the last English manager left in the league at the moment? I think so. David Moyes is Scottish. Who else is there? I think because he's the last English manager. I think that's what a lot of people are annoyed about. But
Possibly, yeah.
but the fact of the matter is, yeah, we gotta realize whether you're the last English manager or not, your tactics and your formations and your everything was all wrong, and it was a complete downfall in what happened last season. Now, like you
Absolutely, I
said,
do.
losing 27 points from winning positions and losing 7-2 to Barcelona and losing, that alone, them two losses against Sunderland were a sackable offence in itself. But you know what? Honestly, I know everyone's saying he should have been gone at the end of last season, yeah. But you know what? It's not too bad because they're about to go to La Manga. So luckily, if he left after La Manga, yeah, and after Valencia, then I'd say it's a bit stupid that. But at the end of the day, the new manager has got a different scenario, a different scene, sorry, where he can go and introduce himself and start, and getting these players going.
That's it. But you've got to thank him for what he's done for this club as well,
Of
Abu.
course, yeah,
Of course,
of
saving
course.
us from relegation, get us to the Champions League, and the first trophy in so many years. I mean, that's memories that'll never be forgotten when Eddie Howe was manager.
That's right, yeah. I mean, that was one of the greatest days of my life, and
Oh, what?
at the end of
Absolutely, it would have been same as me.
exactly, and at the end of the day, yeah. I mean, it was that great, yeah. I mean, I made when Isaac scored that second goal, I screamed and shouted, and I was pretty much running, and my neighbour downstairs started shouting. So,
Hmm.
um, but the thing is, yeah, yes, I respect him for that, and I do applaud him for getting us to where we got. But last season absolutely overshadowed it all. So at the end of the day, yeah, you should have really after Christmas should have really. I mean, but then again, the hierarchy were willing to keep him on. So but it is what it is, and now let's be positive, give this new manager a chance, and I'm pretty sure, give him his record, he's going to do something well for Newcastle.
Fingers crossed, young manager. Of course,
Yeah,
he's won trophies abroad, but you think he got Salzburg to a Champions League knockout. I remember as well.
yeah. He won two titles with them. He won a cup with them. He's won the
Yeah,
Asian Champions League with Al Ahly.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, and plus he came through the Red Bull Academy as well, and they really do bring out some class players, and he trained as a manager through them as well. So hopefully,
Oh yeah, totally agree.
yeah,
Totally agree. Well, just before you go, Abu, can we start challenging for the trophies again and get back into Europe with this new manager?
Next season is going to be a bit of a touch and go, but I think the following season, hopefully, yes, definitely.
Well, fingers crossed then. Well then, cheers, Abu, for coming
All
on.
right. Thank you, Peter.
No worries. Take care, man.
You too. Bye.
See you later, man. So that was Abu. Just again, I'll just quickly catch up with the comments quickly. Baltimore will be happy this evening. 6 German coaches coming. 6 German coaches incoming. Hopefully, pays big up Nick up front. Baltimore has been extremely cheerful and happy since he came back. Must have known Eddie was leaving. No, back in Eddie and Andy managed to get rid of Mitchell exactly, and then wasted 250 million last summer. Particularly when, of course, when Paul Mitchell said the transfer wasn't fit for purposes of late, because at times we were just shopping in the Premier League. But they honestly, Eddie didn't want to buy or listen to what Paul ideas Mitchell had, and then Mitchell was just gone after that. Or did Eddie force him out the door? He likes a quick translation from the midfield. He's known for it. That sounds good to hear as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. We need to stop beating Sunderland at all, man. We need to stop beating Liverpool again. Some of their fans have gone on at times as well. Yeah, Michael Carrick's English. Yeah, that will save the situation from Coventry, but yeah, he's got a big job this season with it being the Premier League. Ben Jacobs saying, Joel, but Ben Jacobs be coming out with so much crap he's beat. How many things did he have to put out with the whole Bruno situation? And now it's changed about it, saying, oh, it's a done deal, everything's agreed and all of that. Well, clearly not yet. Yeah, so we'll see about that on Joel. But Pope and Willock, they need gone. They shouldn't be in this team anymore. They really shouldn't. Some of the channels are saying he has no Premier League experience, just to pop out. Neither did Klopp or Guardiola. We know Guardiola was a top manager anyway. But Klopp came in the Premier League. Look what he done with Liverpool. Glasner, did anyone hear of him as well? He's just won 3 trophies at Palace. And what does that say as well? Yeah, there you go. Glasner and Iriola were unknowns as well, and also Eddie Howe was known as the guy who relegated Bournemouth before he joined us. Yeah, totally. Hey, Ian, hope you're keeping well. No worries, Philip. Take care. Here's for tuning in tonight. Funny, isn't it? They all laughed at Eddie when Eddie signed on. Now they're all laughing. He's left. Yeah, remember some of these people that when Eddie came thinking, really? So I go, but yeah. But it's just when he was found out, fans of us were starting to get restless, very frustrated, and just really, really fed up of the same that Eddie was serving up still, or persisting with. And what does that say? There you go. Gallagher cards, lovely. Love Eddie. Obviously, we hope to see a Grafas setting strategy around players rather than the only way around, being open to loan players when needed. Totally agree, yeah. And he was apparently begging to keep his jog on, pal. He needs to fucking go on him, like. What about Wenger? Wenger's came out to say something about it as well. He feels a bit sorry for him as well. He contacted Glasner. Well, we didn't get there. But now I don't think we haven't had talks with Glasner. He's always off to Forest anyways. But another thing is as well, like, look at some of the managers have left the Premier League clubs, particularly some from last season. And look at some of the names being mentioned. And Eddie Howe wasn't even mentioned in those jobs as well. Would you believe it? There's another thing you look at. Get the Arsenal set piece coach if possible. Wenger was managing in Japan and a school teacher before. Yeah, there you go. No one had heard of Webber either. Look what he achieved. Yeah. Jose Mourinho was the translator. Exactly. There you go. What does that say as well? I'm being optimistic as it can't get any more for us. What goes down is to come back up as well. Absolutely. Now that because we know they'll be so heartbroken that he's gone. I know there will be. A lot of these who say these things are just very young social media influencers. He will do. He will bring his own team when he comes just to get rid of everyone. Need a proper fresh start now. Can't be having the influence of these Muppets from last season. Totally out. No worries, Emma. Take care. Thanks for coming on tonight as well. Let's get behind the new lad and see what happens exactly. Ian. That's all we can say. Peter Spears and Tonali need full investigating. That is 100% tapping up whilst the season was still ongoing. Disgusting. Yeah, I've heard something that's been reported out about that, hasn't it? Good evening. Kate and Jonathan, hope you're well. just hear that Joe Linton wants to go out of St James's Park now too. Do you think the new manager will get any new players in? Hopefully he will. See, Eddie, I was starting to introduce the new transfer strategy. He was taken off them. And it was rightfully so as well. Because look what he was buying last season and just wasn't working. You can't explore, apart from Chow and Voldemort, the rest were from the Premier League. At times he was still wanted James Trafford in. He was on the verge of Leeds. We're looking at possibly a keeper from abroad now. Fingers crossed. And if we do get the new keeper, he's gone. See, that's another player Eddie Howe was wanting a long time. James Trafford. And also people rate the kid, but I must admit, I don't think Trafford is a Premier League quality keeper. I think he's done good in the Cups for Man City, to be fair, like. But when it came to the Premier League, the big crunch, he was dropping clangers. Went Dak down with Burnley, was doing it for City, he was there until, and then Man City says, right, when we go in, we're now getting Donnarumma now. What does that say as well? New manager boost and all, yeah. To be honest, I think we'll play. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. Hopefully, you're wrong. Do you think Bruno will? I'm hoping he does. To say he went with Tonali's house one day before we played West Ham, the club need to take strong legal action if they have a backbone. Our keep against Bristol was pretty shocked. We know he's got to get used to this kind of level now. He's there to challenge for number 2, but what happened when Pope came on? He still had 2 put past him as well. Obviously, the new management will bring us some good overseas players and fingers crossed. This is the big. Well, I'm hoping we're not going to be in the Championship. Do you think Howe threatened to leave Bluff and try to get his own way? And PIF thought, you know what, fuck it, see you later. Could have been, possibly. Anyway, Chippers next.
Oh. Hello.
Well, of his own a little bit there. Well, then Chippers, go on then. We know you've been Eddie Howe for some time, but it's happened. He's gone. Again.
Well, I was at work this morning and the bread man came in and goes, have you heard the news? I goes, no. He goes, Eddie's gone. I goes, what? I goes, you sure? He goes, he's gone. So I was like, oh, I can't believe this. He's the only manager at Nice. Whether the result or what irrelevant. We had a game last night. I went to check my phone. He's gone. I was like, what the fuck? Listen, right, I've said for months now it was time to get rid of him, and I think that the right decision has eventually been made, but I know he left. But the whole timing of it's completely wrong. I mean, if literally he wanted to leave weeks ago, then Peter should have done fucking something about it, because this is ridiculous. 2 games into a pre-season, they've been training for what, 10 days now? I don't even get why. I know I've heard somewhere that it's because they didn't have their replacement in, but it's fucking pre-season, man. If
Eddie wanted to go, they should have just said, okay, Eddie.
You let him go then, You let him go then, you could have had a manager like Xabi Alonso or someone else instead. No offense to this kid, but I don't know who he is. I mean, fair enough, he looks like he might have an okay CV, but again, we're gambling, and for me, PIF seem to just be gambling every time. Every time something happens, they're gambling at it. It's not like there's anything being thought through or anything. It's a risk. Listen, I know, likes of De Zerbi, Pochettino, etc. When they came here, Klopp, Guardiola, even that Regis Debris down the bottom at the Mackems had no experience, and they've done good jobs when they've come in, but this lad's 30. He's 2 years older than me. I mean, fucking hell. It's a massive gamble, this, I think Eddie leaving was the right decision, but I was expecting somebody a bit different to this. I wasn't expecting. I'm not regretting the fact Eddie's gone, because I think his time had come, but I was expecting somebody, even an Arnie Slot type manager who's just won the League of Liverpool, you know what I mean, to possibly go for.
Maybe. I mean,
he's made a point there about Bruno, and I think I've got a feeling that might be the case. The fact that that Bruno might have been told that Eddie's leaving, so why do you want to leave? You know what I mean? Something like that might have gone on, and You don't know whether Bruno said either he goes or I go. You with him being the captain, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Well, true. Yeah, that's a good point.
I just why we've done it now baffles me. I think a lot of people aren't baffled by the fact he's gone. It's the timing of it. I think
The
that's
timing of it. Why is it happened after a third pre-season? And we're just here at all sunny this morning. But you could see Chippers, he's had the decency to resign. He said, I can't do it anymore. Unlike a certain somebody who was waiting for a payoff.
The thing is, though, if he said that at the end of last season, he could have resigned at the end of last season.
He could have done.
That's the thing for me. And there's so many questions that need answering. I'm at a point now where I don't know what to think. I don't know, or maybe what I think where we're going to be this season, what we're going to do. Because to me, it seems like this is a total rebuild. This is like knocking a house down and building it up again. This is what this feels like to me.
A little bit, yeah. But could it convince? Hopefully, it convinces the likes of Bruno to stay with now with Joe Linton.
Well, what I'll say is the fact is we've got a new manager and he might have new ideas. He might have a pair of balls on him. He might try something different. He might actually build a team around Bruno if it's his last season. If he gets the contract, leaves next season, because honestly, he's the captain, and I think Eddie lost him last season in a way because that Derby game where one said one thing and one said another. I think that was it. Then I think after that, Bruno and Eddie, we didn't see eye to eye, in my opinion. I think after that they were kind of. I don't think they were on the same path.
Good point, possibly there, Chippers. Plus, could it hopefully, if this new manager says as well, sorry, but the likes of Pope, Willock, Murphy, sorry, you're going. You need to be gone.
You know what? How embarrassing it was this pre-season's been. We've had Jacob fucking Murphy as captain for 2 fucking games, and he's been the worst player on the pitch.
He's been terrible. I was at the Gates again just to see how bad it was. And it was just so bad yesterday.
I watched them because somehow magically they're online, but I mean somehow they're on the stick. But never mind, we'll gloss over all that. I don't get how he kept playing. He started them in both games. He was a disgrace, and this is supposed to have the captain's armband on. He was the worst player on the pitch with a captain's armband on.
How you got the captain's armband?
That's the problem with Eddie Howe, right? It was a case of nearly 6 into his 5th year as manager here, and we're still trotting out Jacob fucking Murphy. We're still playing Joe Willock. Dan Burns going to come back in the squad. We'll still be trotting him out. No disrespect to Fabian Schär, but for me, he should never have been given a new contract. He should have been let go. I just don't get that team last night should have been good enough to beat Bristol City, but it was embarrassing the fact
that we're
resorting to putting the ball in more net, and it's just. I'm sorry, but the way things are, the Gateshead game I watched, and obviously last night, it's identical to pre-season last season where we were making errors left, right, and centre, and nothing changed throughout the season in the league. It was just all that. That was it for 38 league games, Champions League games, League Cup games, FA Cup games. That was the whole Newcastle, where it was just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, and nothing changed.
And again, Chippers, Eddie just wouldn't change it at all. When he knew he was being worked out, same formations, persisted with favouritism, not dropping players, not rotating as well, won't give young players a chance.
Well, that's why I think, possibly another reason why he might have gone, because we're literally signing young players now and we're not signing these players that he wanted, and that might be another reason why the
Eddie's players. No
way.
They're
not Eddie's players. It's clear as day.
The last seasons, those were Eddie's players.
Yes, and you can tell because we wasted 250 million.
Yeah.
I think you can tell the fact that he hasn't been in any of the photos when the players have signed.
Exactly, he hasn't seen these players when they've signed, have they? It's been
Wilson. It's quite clear that Wilson and Hopkinson have said, we'll sign the players, you fucking do your job and manage them. And if you can't manage them, there's the door. And obviously, I wouldn't surprise me if he said, I can't do it. I can't manage kids or something like that because it's not me. So he's whacked. It's just, the problem is, is, like I said, the timing. If this happened after the Fulham game, I think a lot more people would be like, yeah, right time to move on. But again, that's my big bug about it, is the timing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's all. I thought, like I've said, it was his time had been and gone. I appreciate the job he's done. I appreciate the fact he won us a cup, because it might be the only cup we ever see us win. He got us into the Champions League, but after that, it's literally the last year was 17 defeats is unacceptable. You can't do that.
No, that's it. Totally can't. 70 defeats last season just said it all. And the fact is, 3 weeks to sort it out after a game, a derby game. Same old crap.
After a derby game, he's going around applauding the fans when we've just lost his one in the derby.
No, I wouldn't.
That's fucking mental. I'm sorry, you don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just before you go on, Chippers, can we get back with this new manager? Can he get us to winning trophies again? Can he get us into Europe?
Personally, I don't think next season. No, I think next season will be mid-table or where we finished last season, unfortunately, because I don't see these players hitting the ground running, because they're all young lads and they're going to take time to adjust and adapt. And I think there's still going to be a couple of more players that'll leave, and there'll still be a few more coming in, no doubt. So
yeah, that's
it'll be a massive transitional season for Newcastle United on the football pitch.
It could be. Well, we'll see. Well, and cheers, Chippers. We'll see you tomorrow.
I am off tomorrow.
Hey, nice one. We'll see you then tomorrow, man.
Right, see you tomorrow. Drop.
There you go. Just read again. Catch up with some more comments. Someone regarding the closing Trafford's contract apparently put off. They said, I'm not that a huge fan of James Trafford. Okay, well, you're actually next in, Callum, so we'll get you in. Yeah, go on, Callum, you all right?
Right, thanks, Paul. Peter. I was amazed about Eddie Howe, really, but it's shocking news.
Well, unfortunately, he's no longer manager here now. Yes, it's probably sad to see him go, but could understand possibly why a change was needed.
I think that's what I need. I think we need some changes. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I said a comment on your live stream. At least he gave us a trophy for a very long time, you know.
Totally. Yeah, that's the main thing. Get us out of relegation. 2 Champions League places. Get us out of relegation. But you've just got to look at his final season, Callum. It just started to drop off a cliff massively.
It's unreal. I think he did the same thing with Bournemouth.
Yeah. Well, he was late in his last season. He went down and they took them down.
And that is unreal. And that is embarrassing. I know it's a friendly match yesterday, but that's one of the best scoreline I've ever seen.
Totally, yeah. But 12th place finish, not winning any trophy. I think lost the plot last season. Lost the dressing room completely, I thought. Things like that.
But one thing I really enjoyed about Eddie Howe is that the good Champions League matches, of his the first one against PSG, the famous 4-1 win.
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally, yeah. Absolutely. Well, yeah. But some of these things, like no change of formations, tactics, persist with favoritism. And you just get worked out last season. Not willing to rotate as well when it was needed. Players get run at the ground. Injuries picked up.
I just don't get it. The most famous is 4-3-3. And
he's always been stuck with it. Apart from a couple of times he's changing, but not many. It's always been the 4-3-3.
It's like a Juma. I was trying to say his name. Well, I'll show you anyway. Steve Bruce put 5 in the back, and he's always had the same tactics.
And yeah, it just showed why he got found out last season, Eddie Howe, unfortunately. There was no change. It was just the same old, just went completely stale. And we would just go nowhere that season, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thank you for Eddie Howe for having us, and best good luck for the next time in the future.
Absolutely right. This new manager, can you do something with us?
I hope so. Let's see how it goes, and then when it comes to new season, just if we're going halfway, see if he's going good. We never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, true. Yeah, that's it. But hopefully new formations, tactics, hopefully.
And bring some good players and bring a good signing. Famous who we know. None of this we don't know, we never heard of.
Yeah, absolutely, totally. Could he convince the likes of Bruno to stay, maybe?
I doubt it, but who knows?
Because maybe because of because Bruno possibly had a bit of a falling out. The fact is, it was Bruno and Voltamada's goals in a way that stopped us crumbling last season all the way further down the table.
Oh, and amazed. That's just unreal.
We had to lose Bruno for a lot of time last season. Does it say it as well?
If we lose Bruno, like I said, it was same with measures, like the same with Eddie. Thank you, Bruno, for having us and give us a trophy as well. That's one thing as long as he don't, hopefully if he does go to Arsenal, if he goes against us, I just do hope he don't celebrate from us. Because if he does, that would be embarrassing.
Interesting on that one. Well, just before you go, Callum, can this new manager get us a trophy? Can he get us back into Europe?
I think at least 2-3 seasons, but fingers crossed.
Hopefully, yeah. Well then, cheers, Callum.
No, it's Peter. See you next time. Bye.
Yeah, man. Take care. I'm not sure yet when they'll arrive yet. Yeah, they were still after him, apparently.
Right.
England used to have good quality line to keep us. There's Callum. Can't blame the club not pursuing Trafford. The deal Leeds are doing is horrendous. Yeah, I agree with that. And as I said, I don't rate him as a Premier League keeper. He got made a cup keeper because of the mistakes he was dropping when he was playing in the Premier League. When it comes to the crunch, he doesn't have the quality, I don't think, James Trafford. And I'm glad we walked away from that. He's gone already. He was gone and announced this morning. I think the timing is because of Bruno, could possibly be. Eddie doesn't want to be there when Bruno returns. Makes me think Bruno might stay. Well, we'll see. We're our sponsorship on the ground as well. We definitely need it. Yep. I don't think PF know anything about football managers, but they do know this new guy well, yeah. They also own the club that he's managed. And in desperately seeking to move to Saudi or Brazilian Jew, about to leave the building, it seems. Well, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it's fine, Ian, if you want to. So we do have a lot of people in the waiting room still, but we will get you all on, so don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, that... Well, I heard he's a caddy keeper, that new one we're after. This is why I was so obsessed with getting Paquetá. Bruno would never have gone, nor Joe for that matter. The three would leave together, yeah. Last season, Joe said he wanted to finish his career. But again, is it because of what's happening at the club now? Being a manager since he was retired from playing at 26, Victor, some very good coaches, won more trophies than Eddie, yeah. Sell Nick Pope to St. Mirren just for $3 million, sold him now. It's well said. Definitely not, because he's now at Leicester. Frankly, I can't hear about that anymore. There you go. Oh, Paddy West Ham on Willick there. There you go, Wacky. I think you would do a job in the Championship for you. Look at who you've sold. You've got the money, Charlie. I think next season will be not be about trophies, it'll be about rebuilding and bringing stability back to the club. Probably in for Europa Conference as a bonus. Yeah, I think that's been a bit more realistic. Will Panu said to receive compensation close to 10 million euros. Okay, interesting. If he lost 17 games with Gordon, Tonali and Bruno, he's probably thinking I'll get these relegated next season. I'm off before I ruin my career completely. Yeah. Yeah, I heard he's not in the Braga squad. Are we hopefully going to get in for them? Brian, hope you're well. Is he due on due to train Friday? So far, yeah. So far, he's scheduled to come back. He probably will be. Mid-table this season, fighting for Europe the season after. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens with that. Linton wants out. Sell best possible prices. Yellow card every game liability. And the age he picks up. I'm more concerning with Brian as well. I forgot to read. Choppy's coming out. Yeah, I hope you're keeping well, Choppy as well. No worries, Choppy. You said watch tomorrow. No worries, Choppy. Enjoy yourself. Okay, the next guest. Well, he would, but he's Leicester now. Get rid of the dead one. Probably the players on might get the chance as well. Fingers crossed as well. Well, then, here comes Dave.
Good evening, Peter.
Well, then, Dave, I know you've been a big critic of Eddie and wanting him gone, and he has gone. But you said the time of it is very, very baffling, to be honest.
Yeah. Yes. Well, vast majority of us have wanted him gone, obviously, for some time. Obviously, no manager basically has like the fall off the cliff form like Eddie had last season.
Yeah.
And obviously survives. But I can't quite figure out, because obviously everybody's saying that he's actually resigned. Now, there's obviously more to it.
Of course there will be. Yeah, absolutely there will be.
We're still not getting anything from the club. Now, that I believe is a problem in itself, because obviously, as you know, ever since Amanda went, we've had zero communication channels with the club. Nobody has spoken out. Nobody's come out and said, "Oh, we understand your concerns. We're on it. We're going to sort it out." Blah blah blah. Just something, a little bit of reassurance to the fans and that, but nothing. And I definitely think there was a rift between Bruno and Eddie. There must have been, because of, say, Bruno was so sincere and so, like on it basically after the Derby defeat. Well, the first one or whatever, whichever one it was, when I think it was the home one. I think when he said it was a mess, and then Eddie called him out, which he should never have done. Eddie, in fact, should have agreed with him. Yes, not many players did their jobs that day, and if he wasn't going to walk after that game, he should have done it at the end of the damn season to give us a chance to rebuild with a new manager, where there's better managers. Obviously, I don't know this new guy, but I'm willing to give him a chance. But there was a lot more better managers available. Obviously, the end of the season, which is when they should have struck straight away before the World Cup started, and then at least anyway, then fresh ideas, fresh tactics. Everybody knows what they're doing, and it will give him a chance. And we could have had a chance at maybe qualifying for Europa, obviously because the new manager would have had even more time with the players. And now, if he signs this week, basically, we've got 3 weeks until we face Liverpool. I still don't think we're going to start well. Don't get us wrong, I still don't think that, because obviously, but it all depends on this bounce effect that everybody keeps going on about. I'm hoping he does well. Like I say, obviously Matty, Adam P, they've all been going on about it. And basically, he's got like a Klopp-like reputation, this guy, and he's learned from some good managers.
Yes,
but I was surprised they didn't go for Nagelsmann. I was surprised.
That's what I would have loved Nagelsmann.
Yeah, like given the fact he is out of a job.
Yeah,
so
he absolutely is.
And the fact is he's got Premier League experience, so there would have been less barriers in that respect. But it's I think Chippers was spot on again. There's still far too many unanswered questions. Obviously, we've got more questions than answers. But again, this rebuild, it is going to be a rebuild season for us, for definite.
Yeah, it will be.
Obviously, with the money that Eddie spent last summer, which most of it didn't work out. Granted, Ramsey's starting to become good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chow worked. Eddie done his best to ruin fucking Nick, which obviously I think we'll get a big bounce from Nick, like with this new manager also being German.
Hopefully, yes.
So I'm definitely thinking, obviously, a few of them in the chat have said, I definitely think Nick will be up front.
I'm hoping he is.
But this is the thing, obviously, another question we've got to ask as well. What is he going to do with the older players?
Well, I'm hoping it's time to start chucking Deadwood out. Pope needs gone. Willock needs gone. Murphy needs gone. All you've got to look at so far is pre-season as to how shows how backwards they are going now.
Yep. That's the thing. See, again, that's the thing. There's too many players that were injury prone and basically put obviously 30 plus. We shouldn't have a single 30 plus player in our squad. Simple as. The Premier League is too quick, and it's it's a high stamina league, right? You need your legs, and basically a lot of our players over 30 can't run for shit. Basically, if they try that, they get injured. So
that's it. Yeah.
But I'll give this guy a go. I'm hoping, obviously, we'll get a good bounce off him, and a little bit of the feel-good factor comes back.
Fingers crossed. Can he maybe convince the likes of Bruno to stay? Maybe.
I'm hoping he can, to tell you the truth, because if my suspicions are correct, obviously, and Bruno was fucking done with fucking Eddie, the fact that Eddie is gone now and Bruno's due back at training tomorrow.
Yeah. If that's still the case.
Yeah, if that's the case, he gets a chance to hopefully sit down with the new manager. And I'm hoping, like I say, he can change his mind. But all this BS with Bruno, obviously, Arsenal's just let the fucking press do the fucking work for them, man. And honestly, it's complete fucking bullshit. And obviously, honestly, I could ring their fucking necks, man. Honestly, how could this be legal? You know what I mean?
Exactly. We haven't said anything. There's been nothing approach from us.
They've been deliberately unsettling Bruno just because the one of our last few big players they want out of the club, man. They want to decimate our fucking team. The fucking twats. I think this rebuild, at least this season, will only go will go reasonably well if Bruno stays, because obviously he's got the leadership mentality. He knows the players. He knows how to handle new ones, and he has the club in the city.
Absolutely.
But if Bruno goes, obviously I am still fearful of a seriously struggling season.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is the real one. No, I don't think it is. Hold on. Apparently, there was something that says that, according to this, Murphy, Pope, and Willock have been informed of informed Newcastle of their wish to leave the club. And there you go. But again, I don't know if it's a true one that's come out there. So
I couldn't give a shit if it. Obviously, I'm hoping it is, because obviously one is dead fucking wood, and fucking Murphy has been atrocious for the last 8 months.
About it, man. Oh yeah, it's just been diabolical.
Yeah, Murphy should have been gone. At least what? Christ. I'll probably say the end of last season, obviously at the latest. Obviously, he should have been gone. And like I say, Eddie's tactics have been the problem. He got the players he wanted, right?
Yep.
These were players he'd been chasing for donkeys, and basically he wanted them, and it's all blew up in his fucking face.
It has.
He can't change his tactics for shit.
Yeah.
He relies on his favourites, and obviously you can't have favourites. Obviously, in a football team, you've got to stick with the ones that are in form, playing well, okay, and are capable of doing the job. That's it. But Eddie's stubbornness has cost this club. He set us back 3 fucking years at the least. And now we're pretty much back to the drawing board again, having to start rebuild. And again, here's another question as well. Is this new manager going to have the pull to actually bring in some decent players, or are the PIF going to stick with his young player model?
Let's see what happens.
Yep.
But can this new manager get us challenging for trophies, get us back into Europe maybe?
I think obviously that's probably a question probably better off for the towards the back end of next season. I think we'll probably know. We might know enough about how he plays his type, because obviously Matty, Magpie Channel, has said he does play multiple tactics, multiple formations.
He's willing to change something.
He's got more in his locker, right? And now all we've got to see is his actual game management. That's where Eddie failed miserably.
Yes.
Obviously, he couldn't make a decision for shit. And I mean, and he would always wait till his favourite fucking 75 minutes when it was too late to do anything about it. Anything. Yeah, I mean, you're 3 or 4 down. Oh, well, I'll just throw on him. Honestly, it was rinse and repeat, and I'm sure everybody was fucking sick of it.
Oh, I'm sure there would have been.
But I am partly angry about the fact that he's left now at this moment, because obviously it doesn't give us much time to sort this mess out. We can't go into a new Premier League season with a decimated side, because obviously we will quickly turn into the fucking whipping boys, and we will be fucking so far cast adrift to do anything, and we will end up going down. So we've got to hope this manager bounce works.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
There you go. Well then, cheers, Dave, for coming on. We'll see you tomorrow night.
I think I will. Let's see what slop you've got on offer, mate.
No worries, Dave. We'll see you later, man. Take care. We'll catch you.
Take care, bud. Good night.
Never mind. You as well. That was Dave. As much as I love the old guard, there is a bonus now. We have young players who hopefully can give it all under the new manager. Youngsters getting a chance now. The new guys won 6 trophies so far. Eddie, the new guy, Eddie won. The new guy's also got experience managing big name ex-players. Yeah, he has actually. Hope this boss gets rid of the likes of Gillespie, Murphy, Paul Botman. I wouldn't get rid of Botman, but he was really off his game yesterday. But Gillespie, Murphy, Paul, Willock, 100% they have to go. PIF wants to see outsiders do things the way they hire minions to do the task. Eddie gaslighted Bruno, didn't he? Yep. Howe lost his place after Derby defeat, and Bruno spouted off. Yep. Gone before Bruno returns speaks volume. Yep. That's it. 14 days ago, Howe told bosses apparently was in the light of Bruno's answer and transfer mishaps and buys the Howe's not in full control of after his mess last year. Yeah. Vorty Klopp's now in the Germany job. We do lose to Liverpool. Hope it's not because of the rat, exactly. 3 weeks Sunday, I can't see us win any of the first 3, but the following 3 weeks should win them all. Fingers crossed. Hopefully the players will listen to what this new manager has got to offer us. Fingers crossed. Goals are a big issue. He's got to score goals at Newcastle. Again, hopefully that's what the new manager can fix. And that doesn't really play big Voldemort in midfield. There's chance I watch claiming it's a 4-year contract the new guy's getting in Caden. That World Cup manager isn't all after you see his World Cup performances and moaning about how not playing Voldemort, and then the German did exactly the same. Yeah, well, he did, didn't he? But I do read. Oh, for God, his name. No. God, the name's just gone. Bruno included, yeah. Bruno pays 0, pays to 28. If Bruno doesn't want to play for him, cash him in. Even our Northeast jailers are effectively working for Arsenal, the likes of Luke Edwards, Craig Hope, etc. But I think Luke Edwards, he's been so thingy about it, is to say, nah, there's nothing happened. But we'll see what happens with the rumours, etc. Yeah, at least 20-1 the bookies when I was still in charge of relegation. Like that bleach, Driftwood. You're right about Bruno and also same with Gordon Liverpool a couple of seasons ago. I think we will see a lot of press outside the Knox training ground tomorrow. New bosses until Christmas 26 to get the prima donnas in and win the games at Newcastle or NUFC or relegation fund. I say it again, PWF will cash it next summer if relegated. New manager definitely will bring in fresh ideas and tactics, which our team definitely need. Yep. Eddie should have been sacked after that Sunderland game. The ownership chose to stick with him, and it's backfired as Eddie has walked. Yep. St. shops all these are going to shut now. Tyndall is fucked off. Well, I don't think Tyndall's left yet, but I expect it to happen. Botman is an MOT failure. He just gets injuries. He can't stay fit, can he? New manager will ask Gillespie, so what do you do at Newcastle United? Hullett was sacked after losing to Sunderland and dropping cheer a big dunk, so why not sack Eddie then? Exactly, Julie. Hey. Oh, Nagelsmann, that's his name. Yeah, Bruno could piss off as far as I'm concerned. Well, we don't know the full situation. Bruno hasn't come out and said. That's the thing. I'm surprised Bruno hasn't said anything yet. But yeah. But again, Arsenal still haven't contacted us, despite some of these people what they're saying. They still haven't approached us. Still. There you go. There you go. Anyway, Will next.
Hi Peter, how are you doing?
How you doing? Well, go on then. Good. Let's hear your thoughts on Eddie Howe going.
Yeah, it's sad to see him go because he's been a really good manager for us, and I think everyone can say that. But I think everyone again can say this was the right time for him to, to move on and stuff, and for us to go different ways. But obviously, we'll all be thankful for him for what he's done for us, especially when
you've got to be. Absolutely, you do have to.
Yeah, and for me, in my lifetime, he's definitely been our best ever manager ever since I started following this football club. And yeah, like I said, he'll be missed, but yeah, we go on to, a new chapter now with a new manager, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where we go.
Yeah, I mean, the game yesterday, it was just an absolute embarrassment, and it just kind of showed that I think Eddie, if he's coming out and said though it was a solid performance, it's just a sign of a manager that's given up now. Unfortunately, he's run out of ideas.
Absolutely, yeah, and he's not looked right last night or at that Gateshead game. Yeah, and that's. Yeah, I definitely think he should have gone before pre-season started. Mm-hmm. I think everyone will say that. It's been sad to see he's not been right these first two proper pre-season games. But yeah, like I said, now was the right time for us to for both clubs to go in a different. For us and Eddie side to go in a different direction.
Yeah, that's absolutely, totally agree. Yeah, but you've got to cherish the memories Eddie has brought to this football club, though.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, he's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Saved us from getting relegated that first year he came in. And I think that's definitely one of the top memories we'll have of him, as well as, the Champions League qualifications, winning the Carabao Cup, though that beating PSG 4-1 in the Champions League, all those amazing memories we'll keep in our heads. And I hope Eddie can keep his head, held high when now he's left. Because so he can say to himself almost, I've done well at this football club, but yeah, now was just the right time to move on.
Can't do it anymore.
Exactly.
It's a bit disappointing that it's come into pre-season and not possibly straight after last season, pretty much, or maybe last month before pre-season started.
Yeah, no, I am quite disappointed about that, to be honest. I thought he could have, gone straight after that Fulham game, even at the end of our last game of last season.
Yeah.
A week or so after that, he could have just, done what he's done now, just parted ways with us.
Yeah.
Or he could have maybe gone after the World Cup was finished when some of the lads were, returning and stuff. So
possibly
maybe one of those times would have been, better to go. It probably isn't the best time to leave now with it only being 24 days, I think they said, until the Liverpool game. But yeah, he's gone now, and yeah, we look forward to better times ahead.
Yeah, can this new manager come in and can he get us back?
I think he can. I think it will take some time.
Might do, yeah. It probably might do. Might not click straight away, but
yeah.
Can he maybe convince the likes of Bruno to stay? Maybe.
I don't think so.
You think Bruno's gone?
Yeah, I think Bruno's gone now. We'll see if he turns up tomorrow or not at the training.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
I'm sure he will. Yeah,
I don't think Bruno would do an Isak and go on strike.
No, I don't think so anymore.
No,
I might have said that a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, and I suppose you never know. He could go back tomorrow, see some of the players, and maybe that will make him feel a bit better. But yeah, at the moment, I'm still leaning towards him heading off to Arsenal, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Totally, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this new manager likes different tactics, formations. Again, that's something Eddie has done a lack of as of late, and getting found out last season and finishing 12th. What does that say? It just says it'll be a point where you'll get found out.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, what happened last season, we got found out completely.
Oh, we certainly did. But with the new manager, that's really good to hear that about him liking different tactics, and hopefully he can, if something's going wrong next game, he can just change it up and get some other players in or change the tactics. And like you said, Eddie never did that, but hopefully if this new manager can do that, hopefully that will just make us a better team again. And
hopefully say to Deadwood, sorry, but you're not part of this club anymore, because we've still got Deadwood in the squad.
Oh,
and Eddie was using them in pre-season, and 3, in particular, which names I've mentioned, are still at this club, and we're playing in pre-season, and just absolutely dreadful. No change, just completely going backwards.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said about those 3, especially Murphy, he's just dead, absolutely dead now. Yeah, he's played. Obviously, he played last night, but I didn't think he was good at all last night either. And I suppose that just sums him up really. So, but they definitely need to go. Those 3, simple as that.
True.
And if we can get that goalie in, hopefully that will, allow Pope to go out.
Yeah, totally. Fingers crossed, Sylvie. That's still getting worked on, that deal. Yeah,
hopefully.
Absolutely. Yeah. But can this new manager bring us trophies, get us back into Europe? Can he do it?
Again, I hope so. Everyone will hope so, of course. Like I said, I think it'll take some time. Not straight away, coming from Saudi Arabia to the Premier League, a massive.
But he has done Europe. He's got Salzburg in the Champions League knockout round.
Yeah,
he has won a couple of trophies. Won a few trophies abroad as well.
Yeah, no, that's still good to see. So, I hope. I don't think it'll happen straight away. Yeah, but so maybe not this coming season, but maybe season after we can maybe, get back winning a trophy again and. Getting back in the Champions League and ultimately getting back to being a better football club again by finishing, higher in the league and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens, Will. Well, cheers, Will, for coming on.
Cheers, Peter. Take care.
We'll hopefully see you again soon. Take care.
You will do. Cheers. Take care.
So that was Will. Where are we up to? Just again, I'll catch up with the comments. No, it's fine, Dan. Yep, still no approach. Also, following the Liverpool Easter tactics of last season, just showing interest in the play, waiting for play to get settled. Yeah, there you go. Good evening, Martin in the Holbers this weekend. Oh, nice one. Bristol his match after speaking was like someone did another match. He even said near the end we were tired. Yeah, exactly. What does that tell you? Eddie said it was a strong performance. Exactly, and it wasn't. But how's that a strong performance when you're calamitous? With mistakes, that's not strong. Hopefully we're not Martin. Not a chance, Bruno and Joe gone. Hopefully they don't leave. Just looked at Matthias Heisel. He looks like a hothead. Yeah, he is a bit, apparently. Yeah, we are going to have to do a rebuild, yes, but I think we were more in trouble if Eddie stayed, yeah. Bruno's going nowhere, though. Eddie's gone. Also, just trying to unsettle Bruno, like Liverpool with Gordon and Manu with Hall and Bruno last season. There you go. Get that tickle from Bristol City if no one else will come in. Hopefully, we're still working on that new one who's over at SC Braga. Who's probably not in the squad for them, so hopefully we're still getting that one done. So, there you go. Well, next guest, it's Lawrence.
Hello.
Go on then, Lawrence.
I was a bit surprised the timing a bit. You're just thinking, really, 3 weeks before the start of the season, we've signed 4 players already. You're thinking, why now? But then it's come out that, he was probably thinking, yeah, I'll stay, after the Fulham game, he's thinking that, but then it's changed. He's probably had a bit of a change of mind on holiday. And something's obviously told him, take a break. He's let the club know, and I will respect that. One, he's not waiting for the payout. I will respect the fact that he's, decided, I'll oversee duties whilst you get there, waiting on the new manager, and it looks like what I am happier with is that we've probably got this all but sealed, almost straight away, instead of waiting, a few weeks. You have to wrap up Benitez left, and after Steve Bruce left, back to wait a few weeks for the new managers to come in. What was I gonna say?
That's it.
But for me, you know what it is? It'll be remembered for the right reasons. Champions League, and more importantly, get us that cup win. Unfortunately, maybe his last season it just went stale. I mean, come on, you can't be picking up the same amount of points as we did in that season where he took over and we didn't win until December. I mean, that's embarrassing that we didn't get any. We only got 49 points. Yes, Champions League football took all out within the last time, and also, most European campaigns taken out were for ages. Maybe since the UEFA Cup run under Sir Bobby in 2003 or 4. But still, you're like, come on, man. Now, I mean, people, they're going on about, but we sold Isaac. Yeah, it's not helped. But then Brentford, Bournemouth, they lost a lot of their better players as well. And they did really well. Bournemouth are in Europe for the first time. I mean, people are bringing up, look what happened after the manager's left. But at the end of the day, every manager will leave the club eventually. No one stays at the club forever. So this day was always going to come, whether I felt like it or not. But people bring up, after Sir Bobby went downhill, it wouldn't have looked so bad if we'd have appointed a decent manager, not Graham Souness. I mean, Dalglish's just probably a decent manager at Liverpool and Blackburn before he took over from Keegan, and then it fell apart at that point. Then things went downhill at that point. I mean, okay, there was some other things going in the background, didn't help, but still, you can do better than 13th. So I get the points, but we've just got to, give this manager a chance. I'll come on to him, my thoughts on him later on.
Yeah, I mean, with Eddie now gone, can it convince the likes of Bruno to stay, maybe, considering, what happened in the first derby last season?
Yeah.
really disagreed with him, but in a really bad way.
I think that's something that he should have had a chat in private with Bruno about. Maybe word things a bit better next time in an interview, or maybe just said, yeah, we weren't, or just say, I can understand his frustration, along the lines of, I can understand his frustration. We were nowhere near our best. I mean, Keith Downey's suggesting that Brewer's probably more likely to go now, but my opinion
he hasn't
is
come out and said he hasn't said that like Keith Downey yet.
He thinks he's more likely to go. He thinks Brewer's more likely to go. That was in the YouTube video. That's his opinion, though.
That's his opinion, but still nothing yet, though. There's still no change on it yet.
So
we'll just have to expect Bruno to report for training tomorrow, by the looks of it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I think tomorrow that might be when the club might put a video out. Players might be involved, say, thank you, Eddie.
Could be, yeah, absolutely.
Think Liverpool put a video out when Klopp left, and the reasons he was, run out of energy. I think the phenomena that Eddie Howe went through, then last season, how tired it was, that's probably took quite a bit out of him.
Yeah.
Man City, I think they did a video when Pep Guardiola was leaving. So I think the club wanted to probably do that, have some players involved, and then soon afterwards, welcome the new manager.
Yeah, can he maybe get us? Can he get us back into Europe? Can we start challenging for trophies again? And again, this guy likes to change things up, something that Eddie wouldn't do.
That sounds promising. And from what I've heard, it looks like potentially a good appointment. RB Salzburg, I think 2 league titles out of 2, and then they haven't won any league titles since he left. Funny enough, it was actually 3 years ago today. I think this would have been one of his first signs at Al Ahly, Alan St. Maximin. So maybe he might have put a word in for him.
Could have done maybe, yeah. Could have maybe done, yeah.
But Al Ahly, he's obviously won back-to-back Asian Champions League, so that sounds good. From what you're hearing from people who've watched his teams, that all sounds good. I mean, because I remember on Football Focus, Bournemouth were struggling at first under Areola. It took them a while to win a game, but there were people who'd watched Spanish football and said it will come good, and he did. So hopefully, these people who've watched his teams, they're proven correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. It might not click in a gear straight away, but let's see what ideas he's got. Hopefully he's willing to change things on and off the pitch.
Yeah, I'm also grateful it's not another situation where when Rafa left and it was Steve Bruce replaced him. By that I mean Steve Bruce had just been out the Premier League for 4 years, just been sacked by Aston Villa. I mean, okay, he was at Sheffield Wednesday, maybe could have tried to do something there, but
no, it's not.
Got sacked by Villa, and then Villa went up after to let him go. So I'm glad his appointment is not like that. I mean, it is a gamble, but let's see what happens with him. There's been plenty of managers who nobody knew about when they came to England, and they've done really well. Biggest one, Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, let's just see what happens, I suppose. But you've got to cherish the memories that he brought this football club. Core Champions League places, get us out of relegation, Carabao Cup, first trophy in so many years. But just the last season got massively found out.
It did.
Like last season at Bournemouth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, well, and cheers, Lawrence, for coming on, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Probably.
No worries, man. Take care, man. See you later, man. That was Lawrence. Jim says, I don't think this new guy is going to convince Bruno to stay if he offered double your wages and trophy. Would you stay? What's a relatively unheard of manager going to say to change his mind? I can see where you come from there, Jim. But let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. The Chronic have reported that Tonali was first approached by De Zerbi before NUFC played West Ham. Jesus wept, and Tonali pulled out with an injury during pre-match warm-up for that match. God. Jesus, God. Yeah. It's getting painful to watch, yeah. Yeah, well. There you go. Yeah. I think this new guy could be a breath of fresh air for us after the shit we had since after the Cup. Give him a chance, he might surprise us. Let's see what happens. Yeah, well, then, time to get Mason.
How?
I know you've been a critical of Eddie Howe, but he's no longer here now.
And just as when somebody who I know who I would have to replace with take our job.
It is what
Too
it
late.
is, though.
No.
So there you go. But yeah, what do you make of it? Mason, he's gone. He's no longer manager anymore.
Came as a shock, to be honest.
I think it came as a shot this morning, but do you think it's how the time as long as how it's taken to do it?
They could have done it just after the Fulham game.
The season finished, that was it. But he said he wanted to leave then, but they said they weren't going to let him go till a replacement was found. But still, if he wanted to go, they should have really thought about him letting him go. I think Eddie should have had a bit more balls about that to say, nah, I've done it. What I can. I can't do any more. What does it say? What does it tell you?
Aye. It is what it is, but I think it's stupid how it's been said when it's only 3 or 4 weeks till the first game of the season against Liverpool. Could have done it sooner. But it is what it is, and at least thankfully we're not sitting and waiting around looking for a replacement. At least we're getting
that's it. Yeah. Totally, yeah. Well, I think his internet's going up a bit. But I mean, you could tell we were just on a decline last season and how bad it was. God, us fans were getting restless. Eddie wouldn't change anything in terms of tactics, formations.
It wasn't going to change it. It was not going to change into the season.
And that was the problem. Yeah. It could have been a huge drop off again.
Twat. It was a filthy pen. It was a marker. For what? Obviously, I was at the Gator game on Saturday, and obviously I seen bits of the Bristol City game last night. Nothing was going to change. It was going to be a carbon copy of what happened last season.
Could have done, possibly, yeah. What about this new guy that just coming in? Do you think you can do it?
You've got to give him a chance. I've seen, obviously, I've a screenshot. You know, while I was looking at the player, well, I did screenshot in the group chat. I remember you. I looked at some of the players he had at Salzburg, in particularly, and the way he's played at Salzburg. I think we're in for a decent manager.
Fingers crossed. Could it convince him the likes of Bruno to stay?
Hopefully, I think he's got to. I think Bruno has got a chance of staying. But I think if we still had Eddie Howe to this day, I think we probably would have seen the last of Bruno, and we would have probably been struggling massively.
And maybe does it really start chucking this deadwood out? Because the 3 players I've touched upon on this show that need gone, they've been involved in pre-season.
He's got to, because I think for his reputation, I think he's got to, because you've seen his reputation.
But the likes of Paul Willock and Murphy, get them gone.
I'm
sorry, but Murphy's been awful in pre-season.
The only thing I don't want this manager to do is bring Ivan Toney, because I've seen a couple of people. I've seen a couple of people wanting Ivan Toney. That's a big no-no.
Too old now, I think, for the Premier League as well. Anyway, but do you think? I don't think the transfer business will stop there. No.
Oh no, I think because his rumours Joe Linton wants to go on, get money off him, see what happens with Bruno. But to be honest, I do agree what Sophie Chipper said earlier on. I think next season will be a transitional period for the team. I'll be happy if we get Europa Conference as a minimum next season, but it's going to be a transitional period if you look at it, because Lawrence mentioned it earlier with Bournemouth. Look what happened with Ariola with Bournemouth. Transitional period first season, and then after that they kicked on.
There you go. But this manager likes to have things have changed, possible change in formation tweaks, maybe different training methods. Something Eddie just wasn't going to change, unfortunately.
Well, I've seen it last season with Matos, because Matos was a Salzburg as well. Just as when what's his face went as Al Ali. I think it's just the reputation he's brought to Swansea, and I'm bringing Swansea into it, but still, the reputation he's brought in has been there. And the same with this German lad. I feel like I know people are complaining about it, but I think he's gonna kick. I think we're gonna kick on with us.
Fingers crossed.
I feel like we're gonna kick on.
Well, let's just see what happens, I suppose. Okay. Can he get us back to just ask, can he get us back to challenge, getting to trophies, getting into Europe? Well,
when you look at Arteta at Arsenal,
it's took him a bit of time, hasn't it? But he's got there.
Why come this man trying to dub us? He's only 30. The funny thing is, he's 30 and he's won only like 6. He's won like 6 trophies.
I know they're being abroad, not here, but still 6 trophies.
The fact is as well. I think we've got potential with this manager, and I just feel like we're gonna kick. People aren't going to like this because obviously we're Eddie Howe, but. I've said Eddie Howe, I want him to stay, but I felt like it was a change was needed, and it's happened. And
of course,
and I think we're just gonna. I think we feel like we're gonna kick on with this manager, like.
Of course, but you've got to cherish the memories we've had with Eddie. Of course, those will never be forgotten. What he's done for this club.
2 Champions Leagues, a tin pot, 2 trips to Wembley. You can't beat that. But I felt like
in a while, yeah.
I felt like especially last season, and particularly going into that season as well when we won the cup. I feel like the last 2 seasons, I felt like we needed a change. A change was needed. I wanted Eddie Howe to improve, but
you tell it's just a manager that thought you give up. Looks like you're giving up.
A change was needed, and that it has happened.
There you go. Well, then, cheers, man. Coming on.
Yeah,
We'll see you later.
See you later,
man. You're right, Peter. He was on the decline, but now we have a fresh mind, new perspective. It can't get worse. Now, yeah, absolutely, totally. Seems a bit of a nutter this side. He seems a bit like it one, doesn't he? Let's just wait and see how it goes. Cheers, Lee. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Tonight you're not coming. We have with Sula Volamon. We still got them as well. Yep. So there you go. Anyway, Dan, next to you there, Dan.
I'm here, mate. How are you?
Very well yourself.
Just a word on our friend Jay. I got up this morning and he said to me, look on Sky Sports. I did. And I said, are you joking? He said, no, I am jumping around the fucking room.
But your thoughts on Eddie Howe going? Was it the right decision? He had to be...
It's a weird time for him to go. But after that game last night, I'm thinking to myself, you're playing a new keeper, which I liked. But then he brings on Pope in the second half. It's like, okay. But as the others have been saying, I looked at this new manager and the vibes I'm getting from him, it's a change we've been asking for a long time.
Yeah. I think it's time for a fresh manager. Of course, Eddie Howe's been in was it us for nearly 5 years, but you've got to cherish the memories Eddie brought this club.
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
The relegation, got to Wembley twice, winning a trophy in so many years, get us in the Champions League. But you've got to look at what was happening as of late, and the decline was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, unfortunately.
I agree there. Because you look, when he first came in, we had that new manager bounce, as everybody says. But then last season just gone. As you said, as Dave said, it's just that bad decline that we've had, losing all them points from winning positions. And then finishing 12th with our rivals getting Europe. It's just, dreadful.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm hoping he does talk to Bruno when he signs that contract. That he can convince him to stay. If not, Bruno's been a good servant to us.
Yeah. I'm hoping he convinces the likes of Bruno to stay because, Bruno and Eddie, after what happened after the first derby game, Bruno said it was a mess, but Eddie Howe says it wasn't a mess. And it's like he thrown Bruno under the bus a little bit there.
Oh yeah, because as you said though on the show today, when he first went to Bournemouth, his baby club, as we all call it. He got them from League One, then to the Championship, and then to the Premier League. But though, me and Jay have always said this: when we faced Bournemouth, we never showed up.
No, that's the thing. Eddie Howe never beat his former side in the Premier League.
Exactly. He can't show up to his former club.
No, you can't.
He would never ever show up.
No,
that's the only thing. And as you've said, as Mason and Emma, he was finally caught out last season. And this new manager, I looked earlier on. He played a 4-2-3-1.
That's what we should have been playing as of late.
Exactly. And also, and also he plays a 4-4-2 diamond as well.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. So different formations this manager's got.
Yeah, but I looked this morning, and also he plays a 3-5-2. I don't think that would work with us. Because when you look at the former Manure manager, he played, I think it's 3-5-2.
Yeah, that's it.
A 3-5-2 doesn't work in this Premier League.
Not always. And you've just got to look, last season was just going from finishing a Champions League spot down to mid-table is just a massive drop-off.
Exactly.
That's not where we wanted to be as a club anymore. No chance we wanted to be there.
No, it's like I've said, I've been with this club for now 25 years. And I think this is the second worst position we've been in since we got relegated.
Yeah, well, it's probably the worst season we've had under the current ownership. And that's not where we wanted to be. And the fact is, because Eddie wouldn't change it, which is why we're still on a decline. The fact is, when we after a 3-week break off, it was still the same. There was no change.
Yeah, but yeah, go on.
And only won two wins out of the 7 games that we came back in after that 3-week break.
Yeah, but didn't the owner say he only had them 7 games last season?
Well, true, yeah, but he did. We've only won 2 of them. He said he wanted to leave before that, but they said they didn't want to leave until the replacement was going to come in. But still, I think Eddie showed a bit more balls as to say, sorry, I can't do it anymore. That's it. It's over.
Yeah, exactly. It's like with his filming tactics, he went nowhere.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's just, and that was it. And what does it say now? Fans were getting restless. Pre-season, you've just had to look at it as well. I know it's all about the fitness, but again, there's still signs of concerns there.
Yeah.
The fact is, I know it was Darlington, but the fact is, it was an own goal against Gateshead, and the game yesterday was just an absolute disastrous.
It was a fucking shit show.
The fact is, 3 players, as I've said, that need to be gone out this club were still there playing.
Yeah, Willock, Pope, and Murphy. Yeah,
exactly. And Murphy was bullshit again yesterday.
Well, let's just hope Disney manager
captain's armband. How
I know.
He become captain material?
I know. You should have seen James comment in my in our Discord. He goes to me, Murphy's fucking captain again. I thought, for fuck's sake.
Oh, but yeah, again, that's a play I'm hoping. If this new manager comes in, gets gone, we need to get rid of this Deadwood gun. We've had it for so long now.
Yeah.
And now's the time to draw a line to it, put the settlement to bed, and it's to say, sorry, it needs gone out the club.
Cynical Jim says we want £35 million a year off the wage bill. That's good.
Well, but now it's the time we've still got 3 players who are still picking up a wage and shouldn't be doing that at this club anymore.
No, 4, get it right. What's his fucking name?
As I've said Pope, Willock, Murphy.
And Gillespie has got to go as well.
Oh, Gillespie, good point. That's another one stealing a living at this club. Don't forget about him. You've got a point there, Dan, absolutely. But let's touch upon it. Can this new manager get us back to try and get in Europe, trying to get us trophies?
I will go on with what the others have said on the show as well. I can't see it being this season.
Maybe not. It might take a little bit of time. Okay, then, yeah.
If we finish top half under a brand new manager, with the way that he's doing his tactics, then yes, top half.
Yeah.
I would give it a couple of seasons to see if the players gel.
Yep.
And under a new system, because the players have been so used to what 4-3-3, 4-3-2-1 in the last 2 games.
But Eddie was worked out last season with the same formations.
Yeah.
And you know when it was going wrong and it was too late, he'd just panic completely.
Yeah, and also I watched the last game against Fulham, and he made the same subs. He took off
exactly. The fact is, that game against West Ham, he should have kept it what it was, apart from Tonali that unfortunately pulled up in a warm-up. The rest of it, he didn't need to change it, but because he's probably like, I can't I can't disappoint the likes of Murphy, Byrne, etc. again. Well, I'm sorry, but there you go. What does that say?
It's just like in his mind, it was his way or the highway.
Yeah.
But us as a fan base, for the past 3 seasons, we've all screamed out, change tactics, change formation. If you look on that Amazon documentary not last year, the year before, we went in his room and had all the freaking tactic boards up.
Yep.
It's like, what did he say? Oh, I don't just go with one tactic. I've got 4 or 5. Eddie, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, because it would change it, but Eddie wouldn't. That was the problem. And there's a time he'll get worked out eventually. It was like his last season at Bournemouth. The only difference is Bournemouth went down. This time, with us, it's mid-table, and that's not where we want as a club for what we've who we're owned by now. Surely,
look at our last game against Fulham.
Shit show.
We sat back so much.
Exactly.
And Silva, he made the change.
Yep. And not just that, look how many points we chucked away last season.
27.
From a winning position, 27 points we chucked away.
And people saying that the transfers are going to dry up. No.
Totally,
No.
yeah, absolutely.
No. The transfers won't dry up because they're doing it in the background. You think, Pete, right? When Eddie was in charge of the transfers,
yeah,
we never looked abroad.
No, it was very rarely. Last season, apart from João Valdemara, it was all in the Premier League. Before that, it was all in the Premier League or the English markets. It was not abroad.
Eddie wanted Premier League proven players.
Exactly. You can't keep the Premier League's a rip-off. And look at some of the names we were getting mentioned that were being linked with as well. The likes
Jason's favourite.
James Trafford, Liam Delao. I don't want players like them.
No. It's like you've said though, Pete. Trafford is a cup.
I don't think he's a Premier League quality goalkeeper.
No.
The fact is, what if he goes and drops clangers for Leeds United, and then us fans, like said, that don't think he's a Premier League quality, will say, we're told, right? There you go. He's not Premier League quality. We've dodged a bullet again.
You see, but though it's weird though, right? Leeds are paying £40 million for him, right?
Well, that's their money, I suppose, but
yeah, but though, why is it with us, right? We have to pay the extra £10 million
because of what we're owned by the money we've got. That's the reason why. But there you go. Well, and just before you go, Dan, feeling a bit more optimistic for next season that this new manager can put it right, hopefully.
Yeah, because I've done my Premier League predictions. I think it was at the beginning of this month, and I put us finishing 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
But
though, I'll tell you what, though, Pete.
Yeah.
Jason wanted to put them in the bottom 3.
Oh.
Yeah, Jason goes to me. Put him in the bottom 3. No. No.
There you go.
But let's hope we do get this new manager bounce when he signs, and let's hope he keeps Bruno. And let's hope that the team can gel before the Liverpool game.
Let's see. Fingers crossed there. Fingers crossed. Well, then, cheers, Dan, for coming on.
I might come on tomorrow, Pete. I'll see what the old man says.
Yeah, feel free to come on. Feel free
to. Because I was waiting. And he goes, I want a drink. Okay, I'm coming.
No worries, Dan. Take care, buddy.
See you later, buddy.
See you, man. Take care, man. That was Dan. I'll just read through these last couple of comments. Yeah, some good, mainly bad. I'm looking forward to see what this new guy could do, but I don't think he's talking Bruno around. The only way we keep him is if Arsenal's interest. We'll see what happens on that one. We've wiped 35 million a year off the wage bill, but had to be compliant with the UEFA rules. We did, didn't we? Yeah, if Hitchlock could go over there, possibly, but we'll see on that one. So let's see what's that one. I think we might have to give Bruno trips wages to stay, but that's still not going to get him trophies money, so he solves off the problem. There you go. If we had the 250 million, we would have had 6 and all better than the 6 bought, yeah. But let's see what happens. Anyway, last guest. We'll get him in. It's James. It's Sharky with the new top. Not bad yourself, man.
Well, I've had better days, but it's the life of a football fan, of course. You have good days and bad days, and today is like a sad day for us fans of Newcastle United.
Yeah, I know you said you were a bit disappointed about the news of Eddie Howe going.
Yeah, it just come to a bit of a surprise. Really, I'm actually more surprised of the timing than anything else. I think if Eddie Howe was, I think if Eddie Howe was feeling tired or he just wasn't getting back, then why did he not just leave at Fulham?
Could have done.
Why have we gone like the full summer thinking that we're going to get an Eddie Howe that's going to try and turn things around and be backed, and if he's not got any trust with the board, and with Gordon leaving, Tonali leaving, and Bruno's pretty much on his way out, I think that's more or less he's totally said that he's done as much as he could, and it's time to move on. He wants to obviously take a break. I think that's probably what he needs, and he's left it with the ownership, and we've now got a new manager coming in very soon.
Yeah, and always will. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know where Ian's gone though, Jim. He has been in the waiting room since, and that was kind of a while ago. Well, I suppose let's see what happens. But you've got to cherish the memories what Eddie's brought the football club, of course. Saved us from the shit the Cabot left us in. Got to Wembley twice, winning the trophy, and first one in so many years. 2 Champions League finishes. I mean, those memories will never be forgotten of Eddie Howe.
Well, that's it. Like Eddie Howe is giving us fans, the greatest moments of our lives. And he's taken the club from the brink of relegation to stabilising the club in the same season, keeping it up, and then doing the unthinkable. Getting that 4th place finish. Champions League football, in the group of death, if you remember, with PSG, AC Milan, and Dortmund. And let's be honest, he was very close to even getting out the group, whether it be third round in the Champions League or Europa League, and it just wasn't to be. And we had memorable nights, especially PSG. 4-1, one of the greatest Champions League games I've ever watched.
That's another memory. Yeah, that's another good memory.
The Carabao Cup as well, where we've never done well in the League Cup, and in his managerialship, you managed to go to 2 Carabao Cup finals. I've been to 1. Didn't see we win against Manchester United, but then went back a second time and got the job done against Liverpool. And I think in the end we deserved to win the Carabao Cup. I thought we were the better side in that final, and we managed to get back into the Champions League. But I think since then, since winning the Carabao Cup, we've never
just
really kicked on.
No, that's been the problem. It's just been a decline. Of course, Eddie not changing formation, tactics, persisted with favoritism when it was starting to go badly wrong, and he just wouldn't change it at all, and he got absolutely, unfortunately, found out. You drop from 5th to 12th is a massive drop from a Champions League spot to mid-table. That's a massive drop off that.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Howe's biggest fan, and I'm glad that he was able to give us the good times, but with good times, if you're not sort of backed properly, which the board do have to take a lot of blame for, you can't mention that he was given a bucket load of money last summer, but we don't know if he wanted those signs or not.
I think the majority of those he did. I think Wissa, yes. Elanga, yes. He's been eyeing Elanga for a couple of years, particularly.
Elanga, you might have a point on. I can't speak for Wissa. I think he definitely was a panic buy towards the end. Volamada, there's no way he was on the list. He come out of nowhere.
Volamada, no, I wouldn't say Volamada, maybe.
And then,
but I think the Premier League players were.
And if you go into last season, obviously the highlight was the Champions League, of course. Going quite far in the competition, but. When he needed help in the January, I mean, we're not known for spending in the January, apart from when the owners took over.
He didn't want to spend the money.
Apparently, well, that's it. Whether he didn't want to spend the money or the ownership didn't give him the money.
The Hopkins said apparently the money was there, but apparently Eddie just said, "Nah, don't want to." But
anyway, whether he did or didn't, that's irrelevant now because he's gone.
Well,
and then obviously we'll finish a disappointing 12th, and we lost in the derby twice, which is unacceptable. I've generally thought we were really poor last season, like in terms of our football. There was nothing really to enjoy in the league, and you deserve to finish where you finish. And going into the new season, I was expecting that Eddie Howe would have been backed. I understood that things would have changed in terms of transfer policy. Yeah, like bringing in younger players and maybe going down the Bournemouth, Brighton route and selling them on, for bigger profits later on down the line. I think there's been so many mistakes made. You've seen Elliot Anderson, go to Man City. We've made nothing on that.
No, absolutely. That's a good point. Pre-season was a bit. I know it's about fitness, but it's quite concerning. It's an own goal against Gateshead, and yesterday was just an absolute shit show.
We're abysmal in both games.
We're abysmal in both games. And
to be honest, I mean, I watched the highlights against Gateshead, and I'll be honest, I thought Gateshead should have won the match.
I thought there was the only chance they had, but still.
But the thing is, we weren't great. You know what I mean? Like,
still dead wood in this team, which we still haven't got rid of, which Eddie wanted to keep.
Well, this is the tried and tested with this new manager, Matthias. If that's who's going to be getting the job. I mean, I can't sit here and say I know much about him. I've never, watched his managerial career, and I know people say he's done well, in Saudi, this, that, and the other. But only time will tell. Time is the judge. Listen, I was hurt this morning. I'm still a bit hurt by it now. Obviously, Eddie Howe has decided that he wants to resign. He wanted to walk away. It's not like he's been sacked.
No, we'll get more on it. But yeah, I think it was an interview yesterday. It just sounds like he completely given up. If you're saying it was a solid performance when it clearly wasn't, what does that tell you? A manager's just given up completely now. He's just ideas.
Well, Sven Botman had a nightmare though, didn't he? Let's be honest. There was a few of the first teamers out there that had a bit of a nightmare, and you've got to give credit to Bristol City. I thought, obviously they're a few weeks ahead of us in terms of their pre-season, but that they deserved to win on the night. I just thought we were all over the shop against them. I just thought that the longer you watched it, the more disengaged you become. And when Eddie Howe's coming out with quotes like that, you kind of know that he's trying to protect the players, but he knows in his own mind that he's probably had enough. And let's be honest, it's been like that for a while. And it goes back to what I said there at the beginning. And there's a lot of people have said this, like he still looks drained, Eddie Howe, like he looks lack of ideas, this, that, and the other. But again, if that's the case, and I'm sure I mentioned this to you, as much as I'd love Eddie Howe to have had those 10 games of the new season, why did he not just leave after Fulham?
I could have done, yeah.
Because it gives us the summer to prepare, get the new manager in. It may not have been Matthias, it could have been somebody else, but at the end of the day, we can prepare, get ready, get the players in. But yeah, listen, Eddie Howe has had his squad dismantled. So, Eddie's looking at that thinking, I had such a good squad once upon a time. I've lost Isak, I've lost Bruno, but I'm about to lose Bruno. I've lost Gordon, I've lost Tonali. And they say with Bruno potentially going to Arsenal for whatever it is, so 70 million plus, that'll come out in the wash soon. But anyway, if he knows he's going to lose the captain, he's thinking, well, my job's done, yeah. It's done. Like, I can't stay here anymore. I've given the club, one of the greatest times in terms of winning the trophy and that in Champions League, but it's gone a bit stale now for me. I think it's a very Bournemouth-like situation where Eddie, where he, towards the end of his time at Bournemouth, I think he was sacked or whatever. Yeah. I think anyway, whichever way you looked at it, I think he took a break. And to be honest, I don't see Eddie Howe getting the England job almost immediately. I actually think Eddie Howe might give it 6 months. He might give it maybe the whole season just to assess his options, and I think he might go abroad.
Well, let's just wait and see. But this new manager does a few likes to play maybe different tactics, formations wise. Let's just see what happens next season.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a madman in terms of like how he conducts himself in the dugout. But at the end of the day, if he's gonna, put his points across, if he's gonna ruffle a few feathers just to try and get what he wants, out of the squad, then you just never know what he could achieve. But it's early days. Like any fan, as much as I'm hurt now with Eddie Howe leaving, whoever comes in, you've got to get behind them. You've got to get behind the manager and his philosophy and what he's trying to do. It's not going to happen overnight. I think, given the state of the squad at the minute, I mean, he's still got August, to get some more players in. He's still got January, but again, it's all depends on the owners and what they want. It might be a case of we'll have to be patient for probably up to a year. It might even come to next summer where you mentioned about the Deadwood, but it might not be that simple. But with this manager, he might just think, right, give it time, see what they're like. If they're no good, off you go. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to get behind him. I think as a true Newcastle fan, you have to do that. You can't be grumpy. What's happened's happened. You can't change it. But yeah, if it's him, then again, wishing him all the best.
That's it. There you go. Well then, cheers, man, for coming on. And,
no problem.
We'll see you later. Hopefully we'll see you again on the next show, possibly.
Yes, no problem. I'll catch you later, Peter. All the best.
See you later, man. You as well, man.
Bye-bye.
Take care, man. We're going to have a last one, but someone's there has just appeared in the waiting room. So, where's someone's... Oh, yeah, Eddie did actually chase him that whole window. He did. But all the bids would get rejected till we thought, selling Isaac. We've now got the money. We'll just pay the full 55 million. And Lewis, member for 44 months. Cheers, Lewis. Yeah, and he's actually the one in the waiting room. Eddie lying every post-match press either. He was watching a different match. Oh, yeah, that's it. So there you go. There you go. Good evening, Mike. Hope you're well. Yeah, I've heard about that. That's just considering what's coming out there. No wonder because he's not worked abroad yet. Might have a year off. He could do. We'll wait and see. Eddie's off to West Ham. We'll see on that one. But no, I think Nuno's is not Nuno staying there. Thought he was. Could end up at Coventry, Middlesbrough, Hull trying to get them out of relegation. He could go to one of them, maybe. And he's done a fantastic job at the Toon. Gave us silverware for the first time in 7 years. But I think Eddie's taken as far as he can. But Eddie is still the best. Absolutely well said, Mike. Anyway, here comes Lewis. We'll get him in.
Sorry I'm late, but I've been busy.
Go on then, Lewis.
Well, that was a bit of a bombshell this morning. But it's like I said to a couple of my friends, it's been weird. Newcastle haven't made a statement yet.
No, they haven't yet, actually.
It's happened.
I think we've got. I'm sure he will. Yes, something.
But it's been over 12 hours since the news broke.
It has. It has.
There's some communication saying Eddie has walked or like bloody blah, just to give us some information because all the fans are going, "What's this? Tell us just what's going on."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just annoying. It's literally. But as I said, I think after that, because I obviously went to the Gator game, paid to watch that game against Bristol on the pad.
Yesterday.
I got a quick question. Were you at the Gator game?
Oh yeah, I was there.
I think we saw you on the TV.
Yeah, I heard I was spotted on TV. Well,
yeah, were you in the club?
I was watching Evermore on Monday, and Chris said he could see us when he was watching the game.
Were you wearing the classic shirt?
I was, yeah. Well, it's not the real one. It was one of those retro ones you get from like the back page.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was wearing. But yeah, I was seen down in the front row. Would you believe it?
I was in the Gator end.
I know you were there. Well,
going back to like this news. Well, it's going to be a rebuild. See, it's going to be a rebuild for the next four years, I think.
Well, possibly, but you've got to cherish the memories what Eddie's brought to this football club. Obviously,
and where's my shirt? Hang on.
Yeah.
This way, get the badge out. Remember, we did get the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, that's
we were champions.
First trophy in so many years. Champions League twice.
Yeah.
Got it out the relegation. The cabbage left us in.
Mm-hmm. That's the benefit.
Right, Lewis, the club should have thanked him for his service. I'm sure they will, of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You've got to look at just some of his interviews and that, and it just sounded like he was just becoming devoid of ideas and just thought,
yeah,
I can't do any more, I'm afraid.
But like the thing is, people are laughing at us, like getting beat against, like drawing against Gates and getting beat off Bristol. Just remember, we have still 11 senior players out.
Yeah, but still, hopefully they're going to be due back. Well,
who knows about Bruno as well?
We'll see if he returns to train tomorrow.
Mhm.
Because again, they're still not doing that at the top. Apparently, I saw you, Lauren, at the top. Yeah, I was there as well after full time. I was having a chat with Adam for a bit after the game as well. So
yeah, Adam's people don't like him, but he's a canny lad.
I got to
Actually,
produce some cracking content. I know he gets a lot of stick, but yeah, I love it. I think Adam does a cracking job what he's doing. We went a good chat after the game for a little bit.
Adam and Lee pretty much travel up and down the country.
Of course, that's it. They were there yesterday, but again, it was pre-season's been a worry as well. You've got to say, and the fact is, 4 players at this club that need to be gone. 3 of them that've been playing in this pre-season so far. It just says that they shouldn't be at this club anymore.
No, Fabian is now injury prone now.
That's a worry. And apparently it's just his groin, apparently, but still, how serious is it going to be though? That's what we don't know. And again, Fabian Schär's not any younger anymore. This will definitely be his final year with us. Hopefully, it'll probably might be the same with Dan Burn as well.
Yeah, but going back to the Bristol game. After the Bristol game, I was just lying in my bed watching TV, and Newcastle flew over my house. I actually got a video of them coming back. But have you seen the red stuff? They're playing what they got.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's like obviously J for Great Britain for the United Kingdom, NEWG.
There you go. Well, and what can we expect with this new manager that's coming in?
Hopefully, just in the Premier League for this season.
Do you think it might be just to get a bit of time to adjust before maybe get back into Europe? Maybe.
Yeah. You just try and stay in the league, and that's what I asked for now.
Well, it's just got to see. But hopefully this manager will have new ideas, tactics, new formations. That's something Eddie was doing a lack of last season.
But that's one thing I didn't like about the other night is bringing Mason Miley on for basically 2 seconds.
That was just wow. That's just that's panic mode again from Eddie. And again, it's just it happened a lot last season, and I think it just showed we could have been banging trouble because I think Eddie just became so devoid of ideas anymore. Just didn't know what he could do anymore. Unfortunately, that was it.
But watching the interviews, I didn't watch much of the Gated interview, but saw clips of the Bristol game. I think he knew from there.
That's it. Oh no, that's fine, Jim. No, that's fine, Jim. Don't worry about it. No, you definitely went spam in the chat. That's fine. But hopefully this new manager's got fresh ideas, willing to change things. Hopefully tell some of these Deadwood players, I'm sorry, you've got to be moved on. And hopefully the owners are still doing that in the background as well.
And let's hope now the new manager, if it is him, because nobody knows yet, it's all up in question still. Whoever it is, let's hope whoever it is, they ring Bruno up saying, you are our number 1 player. Just somehow speak to the owner saying, we give you a bit more money to stay at Newcastle.
Let's just see what happens, I suppose, with fingers crossed. But do you think it might take maybe just a little bit of time before we get challenging? But hopefully it's new ideas. Fingers crossed.
But as I said, I don't want this to happen. But I think I know we're talking about the manager and Eddie, but if Bruno does go, it's going to be hell for us.
Well, we'll see what happens. Well, Petey, do you think this manager will do any better than Eddie because he's managing a Saudi club who are owners, so time will tell. Well, let's wait and see. But he's done Salzburg before, so he's got a bit of Europe experience, you could say as well, and he's good with young players as well. So that's just what Eddie didn't want to do as well last season. Again, young players didn't want to give them a chance or bring some freaking late on when it's pointless.
I know, but because I was thinking, I got a sneaky feeling this season we might actually see Lewis and Mason play together.
Let's just see what happens. Can we afford to place all the Deadwood? We're not probably going to sell them for much, but they do need to be moved on. I think pre-season it's just said, nah, these need gone. They've been terrible in pre-season, so there you go. Yeah, well, There you go. Cheers, Lewis, for coming on.
I'll try and get on tomorrow.
No worries, guys.
See you, Pete.
Cheers, Lewis. Take care, man. Well, that is it for tonight, guys. Thank you to everyone. We've had loads of guests on tonight, and we've had loads in the live chat tonight. Really, really appreciate that as well. So, God, we've been going for a couple of to about 2.5 hours just over now. So there you are. Murphy and one or two more have to be gone, and I said the other two are Pope and Willick, and I think we should now be including Gillespie in there as well. So there you go. But anyways, yeah, Peter, the club must now do everything they can to keep Bruno, even breaking the bank to pay him more. Exactly, Dave. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. Trev Brain Show was much appreciated. Cheers, Trev. Really appreciate that. We'll see you tomorrow. Great show, PD. Cheers, Mike. Really appreciate that. Bye, PD. Thank you for the stream. Cheers, Coffee. Really appreciate that as well. Yeah, I just thought, let's get you guys on. Let's have your say on what you've, since the news broke, what do you think of Eddie Howe is no longer managing Newcastle United? As I've said, just before I end the show, yeah, thank you for what he's done, absolutely. The memories he's brought, and we'll absolutely cherish them. Getting us out of relegation, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Carabao Cup finals. We've got our first trophy in so many years. We will, of course, thank him for that. But, of course, you've got to look how last season went. And he just started to become utter devoid of ideas. And we were just completely going backwards and stale and just regressed, unfortunately. And it just shows that's now a manager just becoming so devoid of ideas and just don't think you can do any more, I'm afraid. So that's it. So there you go. But of course, it is the right decision that Eddie is leaving the club. But all I will say as well, Eddie, thank you for what you've done for this club as well. That will never, ever be forgotten. Absolutely. Cheers, Eddie, for your time at the club. All the best where you go next is all I can say. All the best on your future. And again, thank you so much for what you've done for this football club. That will never, ever be forgotten. Ever, ever, ever. Cheers again, Eddie. All the best to you. Well then, guys, thank you very, very much again for tonight. Excellent talk, PD. Cheers, Picker. Good night, all. Take care of you as well, John. Night, all. Take care of you as well, Mike. Night, all. You as well, Jim. New manager, new start, says Sharky. Yeah, absolutely. Good night and take care. I'll catch you tomorrow. You as well, Dave. Well then, guys, thank you again for tonight. If you've enjoyed the show, smash that thumbs up. It's important we get the likes so people know where to find us. And please, of course, if you are brand new at the channel, if you're not yet subscribed, we enjoy what we bring out for you, please smash that subscribe button. Completely free to do so. It does help make the channel grow. Please hit the bell as well. It lets you know whenever we are live or when a pre-recorded video is uploaded. Hit that bell to make sure all up to date with everything you do not want to miss at all. So there you go. Next show, we are back tomorrow for the crazy one to do. Tune us in for that, as always. So have a good crack of a night before the weekend officially starts, and probably get more discuss on Eddie Howe if any guests come on tomorrow. They'll probably have haven't had to say on what they think of Eddie Howe leaving. So there you go. Wishing Eddie Howe nothing but the best. Hope he's the next England manager. Yeah, we'll see if he does get linked for that job. Could he well and truly take that and be that his next job? We shall wait and see. So there you go. So there you go. Let's just definitely wait and see what happens. So there you go. Well, and guys, thank you so much again for tonight. And we shall see you all again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night, all. Away the lads. New manager. You start next. There you go. See you there, guys. Take care. Good night, all. See you tomorrow.